Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. Is the noise suppressed? I can't tell. I don't know if there's a filter or a flange. We've been down here in the basement. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hi, Dave's drinking coffee, and I caught him in the middle of it. Coffee I bought for him, motherfuckers. That's right. You think I come here and I don't have an offering? You think I just show up and knock on a door and go, dude, open up a microphone and let me fucking yell into it? No, I come up and I hand him coffee. I go, oh, here, take this. And normally, Dave gets a large coffee with cream and sugar, and I text him today. I go, and I just sent him, here's what I do today, folks. I sent him an emoji-filled text. I didn't just write, hey, dude, do you want a coffee? Because that's boring. Who the fuck does that nonsense? I sent him a picture of a coffee and a donut and 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 a question mark.
I don't want all that.
Well, that's what he said. He's like, just coffee, no donuts. And I said, all right, large cream and sugar. And he says, medium black. What the fuck? It's been so long since I've been here. Look at that. His order completely changed. He goes half the amount. He takes out the cream and the sugar. He goes straight black. And the only thing I think of is he needs a big shot of wake up juice just to fucking hang in the show today. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, because I would think that sugar and cream that would lend itself to nodding off. That's like nap coffee.
But if it's, I guess if it's decaf and it's got all that stuff.
Right.
Well, no, sugar gets you jacked up, doesn't it?
But not with cream and hot liquids.
Oh.
That's just like drinking blood.
Really?
Again, I don't like coffee, so I wouldn't know.
Where do you get the blood?
What's that from? Dude, what's that from?
What's that from?
Where'd you get the blood?
Where do you get the blood?
Yeah,
the Doors movie.
Fuck, god damn it, I couldn't remember it.
Because it's so funny because you're supposed to be appalled at the fact that she wants him to drink the blood, and then he goes, well, where do you get the blood? Which means he's kind of interested.
Yeah, he's all over it. It depends where it's from.
Yeah.
If it's from Skid Row Bum, you can't expect Morrison to tip a skull back and drink the goddamn blood.
One of the few pieces of dialogue in that movie that wasn't a song lyric. Did you ever watch it? I loved that movie when it came out, and then I watched it again, and I go, this movie's awful. Then I watched it again, and I go, this is awful.
You know what? But that's Oliver Stone's entire oeuvre.
I
hate to be that guy, but like you watch stuff, and I mean, because I've told this story on here before. I won't even go into it. Natural Born Killers. I saw it in the movie theater with my friend Brian Noonan.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was fucking terrible. And I'm like, well, maybe you just didn't get it. And then,
oh, you loved it?
Yeah, I love Natural Born Killers. You know, because that was when I was fully into like Tarantino mode, and I'm like, when he wrote it. But even Tarantino hates it. He's like so fucking mad that what Oliver Stone did to it. Because you know why? Because Tarantino was like, hey, do me a favor, make me a large cream and sugar, and fucking Oliver Stone made him a medium black.
Nobody likes that.
Medium black. That's actually a line from Django Unchained.
Medium black?
Tarantino is, get in there, medium black.
Okay.
He has an Australian accent in it. You've not seen Django, correct?
No.
I see. You know, I just did my friend Pat Francis's podcast, Rock Solid. Rock Solid, ladies and gentlemen. And look, here's the thing. I want to get on other people's podcasts, but here's the thing. They're on them with me, and it changes the whole dynamic. I don't understand.
Keep getting in your way, right?
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Because I'm there to talk, man. So fucking do me a favor, sit back and unleash me.
Shut up and let me talk.
Shut up and take my order.
Shut up and listen to my order.
So they just open up a microphone, man, and sit back, and I'll do a lot of the heavy lifting. I'll do a lot of the work. By the way, I'm only teasing if you're going to put me on your podcast, because there are people who I'm out right now trying to get on their shows. So please know that I'm just joking. There was a show. Well, I can't say. There was a show. I won't say what it is, but it was like I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll pitch myself to be on that show. And then I downloaded because it had just started. Yeah. Okay, this is a year ago. I don't know. And so I downloaded like the first 8 episodes. I waited. Okay, I didn't even listen to it. I waited, and then I listened to episode 7.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not even fucking kidding. I'm 3 minutes into the episode, and I went, nope, and just turned it off. And like, I would never do it. I don't need to do it. I can't do it. And I don't want to say what it is, and I'm sure it's extremely popular now because again, this is a while ago, and it's all I hear about is this fucking show. Because again, they don't even know who I am, and so that's why I would have had to pitch myself to be a guest.
Yeah.
But then when I listened to what they do, I guess I assumed it would be something different. I gave them 8. I gave them 8 to get it down, man, to get it under their belts. Because, you know, I know when you start doing this, if you're not used to doing it, it's fucking bananas. You know, I did my friend Ted's show, and he's a new guy at it, and he interviews people. And I saw right away when I sat and talked to Ted, I've talked about it here before, Ted immediately went into like NPR mode. And I'm like, dude, this isn't Ted I'm talking to anymore. Now I'm talking to Theodore. How the fuck did that happen? But yeah, I gave these people like fucking 8 episodes, and I purposely jumped in on episode 6. And within the first 3 minutes, I went, nope, can't do it. I don't want to be, look, that's a lie. Within the first 30 seconds, I went, nope, I can't do this.
Why? Because they were very talky, or they weren't funny, or you didn't?
I don't want to say they weren't funny, because I mean, that's all fucking subjective. But for me,
they weren't funny.
That's all subjective, as I've been told. I forget who was arguing with me the other day, and they said, it was Pat. When I was there to do Rock Solid, he said, yeah, I like this. And I go, you're wrong. And he goes, see, I fucking hate when people do that. Yeah, and I go, I'm teasing. And he goes, but I hate it. He goes, there are people who are like, you're wrong for liking that. He goes, no, you cannot like it and I can like it. And I go, yeah, but I'm just fucking, that's how I talk. I mean, it's not like I really think you're wrong. I mean, I disagree with you, but it doesn't mean you're wrong. You might hate it, and that's fucking fine.
You say you're wrong, it doesn't really mean that.
I don't mean you're stupid and you didn't get it right. But I also understand the feeling you get when someone says to you, you're wrong, and you just want to go, why are you invalidating me, motherfucker? I like things and I don't like things. Who cares? So I understood Pat's position on it. But it made me laugh when I said it to him. He must be so tired of it. Because that's a silly thing that Jimmy used to do too all the time. Is Jimmy would go, one of us is wrong and it's not me. Or we do that shit all the time. Yeah. But maybe Pat he's with Jimmy so much that he's finally like, look, enough of telling me I'm fucking wrong, okay?
Well, him picking Eric Singer as his ultimate drummer in his ultimate band, he is wrong about that.
He may have made an error there in your judgment.
That's wrong.
But again, it's not wrong.
No, it is wrong.
The way he goes.
That's wrong.
So whatever, dude. So I heard this show, and with the 6th episode, so in the first 30 seconds, I can't lie. I can't even say I gave them 30 minutes. I gave them 3 minutes, but within 30 seconds, I went, I can't do this show. Because let's put it this way, they were laughing hard 30 seconds into the show.
At their own jokes?
Yes.
Jerks.
And look, I laugh at my own shit all the fucking time. All right? But I'm fucking A, I'm hysterical, and B,
they're wrong.
Yeah, those people are wrong. But also, at innocuous statements, like things, like it was almost like we got to fill that silence with a lot of laughing right away.
Morning Zoo kind of
We're having a great time here. Look how great a time we're having. Yeah. And also they're I forget, it was like a full room of people, okay?
Talk soup? Where they put that little crowd in there to make everything
seem like
everybody's having a great time.
Well, I don't know how many hosts there are. I have no idea. All I know is one host said something and another host just started cracking up, and then the guest, he started cracking up, and then he said something that was not even close to funny, and the two hosts went bananas, crazy.
Yeah.
And then another host said something. It was a festival of people jerking each other off. That's all it was. I mean, you got to prove it. I mean, and I guess man, who the fuck cares? And who knows, by the way? Nobody knows the fuck I am, and nobody cares. But when I heard it, I wanted to pitch myself to do the show, and then I finally went, I can't do this. Because I know the feeling of sitting in a room with a bunch of people who are laughing uproariously, and I'm just, in my head, I'm like, when is one of us going to say something funny to justify this response?
Or you say something hysterical, and one of those dudes jumps in and like rides your tail.
Yeah. And he tops it with another thing.
Yeah, and it's like, not that funny, and you're like, dude, what are you messing me up for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you have to recognize and respect the fact that it's their show. So when you hear, I did Pat's Rock Solid, and also I should be honest about this. Pat has a format.
Yeah.
And Pat knows what he wants to do. Well, because Pat's my friend, I come in and I take some liberties a little bit, and he's nice enough to let me take liberties. And then afterwards, I always feel terrible that I took those liberties on his show. Because he asked me specifically, we did a Tarantino show, the best music from the Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
And he said, pick your 2 favorite songs from each one, and we'll come in and we'll play a snippet of them. We'll talk about why and all that sort of thing. Because it's a rock solid. Yeah. It's a rock and roll music podcast. So he picked 2 from a movie. I'd picked 2 from a movie, and it's me, him, and Kyle. Kyle, who is Pat's nephew and also his new producer. And Kyle's a stand-up comic. Kyle's a funny kid. But that's the thing, is it's like I have chemistry with Pat, but I don't so much with Kyle. So Kyle would tell a joke and it would be funny, but I would be in the middle of talking about something, and so I'd kind of have to stop, and it was that weird dance. And we hit a stride eventually. Yeah. But at the same time, he's like, bring 2 songs from every movie. Well, I brought 10 from Django alone. I mean, I literally, and I said, listen to me, I hate to be that guy. And he was very nice. So like the show is like 2.5 hours long, which is kind of funny because normally he likes to keep it to like an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
But we wound up talking and we had a great time. We were having fun. And also I picked songs that were in the movie but aren't on the soundtrack. And I was like, and here's why, because it moves the story in this direction, or it's for this. And it was fun. It was literally fun to do. But then afterwards I was kind of like, we had a great time and it was fun, but at the same time I felt like I made him let me do that.
You schmitted his show.
A little bit. And Pat doesn't usually, he doesn't suffer fools and he doesn't stand for that kind of thing, but we were having fun, so it was okay.
Yeah.
But then in the car when I was alone and it was dark, I was just kind of like, oh man, I think I
did it again.
Well, I wouldn't do that to somebody else's show. I wouldn't come in and just fucking, because dude, Pat's indulging me because he's my friend and I thanked him for it.
Yeah.
But other shows, if I show up, there's a format and there's rules and you got to fucking follow it. I'm trying to pitch myself to be on shows.
That's going to be tough, man.
I got to tell you this. There's a dude, I can't say who, but I pitched.
There's a lot of I can't say.
And I apologize, folks. But again, you got to recognize that I'm trying to get back into the business. I've been out of it. You can't
tell the truth as much as you used to.
I've been out of it for a long time. Well, I can't tell the truth about these specific things until after the fact if they blow up or whatever. I don't give a fuck about naming names if I have a name. You know what I mean? But if I'm still nobody and I'm just being ground under the boot of show business, I have to scream out something from under the heel. So I again, there was a person and they have a podcast and I pitched myself to be on it because some of my friends have been on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And I wrote this person like a long note and I was like, I'd like to pitch myself and here's why and here's that. And they wrote me back and they said, hey, thanks. My podcast is about dreams and hustling to try to make it. Do you think you have any stories like that would be good for my show? Mm-hmm. And I wrote them back and I was like, I said, well, I didn't realize that there was an overarching theme to what you did. I thought it was maybe just a talking show and we found our way while we talked. I said, especially because I had 3 friends who've done your show. But I said, well, look, I've been basically, my life is that. I mean, for 25 years, I've been just kind of trying and hitting my head against the fucking wall and the ceiling and getting in my own way. And so, yeah, my the whole deal is hustling and streaming and trying to find my way to all that shit. And never wrote me back.
That guy sounds like trouble.
Never replied. And I wanted it because it was so funny when he's like, yeah, mine is about, following your dreams and making something of yourself and pursuing your career in show business. Do you think you have anything like that? And I'm like, no, no, not at all. And it was funny because when I pitched myself with like two paragraphs about who I was.
Yeah.
And my website and everything. And he asked in one sentence, so do you think you have anything that'd be good for the show? And I almost wanted to go, no, I don't. That's why I'd like to be on it. I'd love to come and sit and stare at you in a fucking room for 30 minutes with nothing to fucking say, and then spend the next 30 minutes talking about how we just sat there in silence for 30 fucking minutes. Because God knows I don't have any fucking stories at all about being in show business or hustling or trying to make it. You fuck.
Stories?
What are you talking about? Stories? Who the fuck's got stories? Nobody.
Stories are dead.
And it was that thing also, like, me, I answer emails occasionally. And I answer Facebook posts sparsely.
Not never.
Sporadically. Exactly. I do it eventually.
No.
But this dude, I wrote him on Facebook and it came up and it said seen 1 minute after I sent it. And he didn't answer me for an entire day. And I was so mad at him. I'm just like, motherfucker, dude, I'm pitching myself for your fucking show. What the fuck is your problem, man?
What if somebody pitched you, they wanted to be on your show?
Not interested.
Dang it.
And but no, there are people, if somebody writes me something that has to be answered like immediately like that, something time sensitive or something, or somebody buys something and I got to handle that.
Hey, where's Lily?
Yeah.
They ask you.
And you know what? I answer that fine. Yeah. I go ahead and I write them. I send them exactly where she's going to be or where she's been.
I hate that other guy.
Well, I don't get a lot of that. I get a lot of, why do you talk so much when Dave's there? Why don't you shut up and let Dave talk?
Who ever said that?
Nobody. I'm trying to make you feel good. But
thank
still,
you.
there are some.
My wife doesn't even say that.
There's probably one person out there though. What if there was who was like they've been listening for 8 years
and they think that one guy thinks I'm awesome.
Yeah, and he's been going. Finally, this guy's on. Like he's listened the entire time. Or I love the idea of somebody jumping in when you were on, and then the next week it's just me, and they're like, "Where the fuck's the other guy, the funny guy? What the." Why'd they leave the mental patient to fucking ramble? Where's the smart, funny guy that we liked earlier? The guy who had a sense of timing and a modicum of decency. Where's that fella? And then they listen to me. They listen to me shout the words "shit casino" in an empty apartment. So yeah. So I mean, I
casino.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's funny because last week's show, I dug last week's show. I did it by myself, and it was I wasn't sure about what it was going to be, but then it kind of came easy.
Myself.
Yes, sir. And as we learned, that's Eric Carmen.
I knew it then. I said it to the speakers on my computer.
Our good friend Tommy H pointed it out to me, and Tom's a good guy. I know Tom, but at the same time, it's like that thing where like, because I'm furious now that I didn't pull it. Because
Well, that's why I called you a jerk.
Yeah, I saw.
Because I knew I saw it, and you were like, "Damn it!"
Well, yeah,
I thought you were talking about Without You. Buddy.
Yes, I was.
That's what you meant to say.
In my brain,
yes.
I had the synapse cross, and then I thought of Without You, and then All by Myself, and that's where I went with Nielsen and all that. Because I did the Nielsen show about Without You. That was the show.
You referenced a movie where the guy kept playing the song over and over again.
So anyway, and I did a show about that in year 3 because I had seen it that day. It was the when Al Swearingen was at the theater. Whatever, who the fuck cares? By year 3. But yeah, fucking when Tom wrote that down, and I'll be honest. Look, I like Tom. He's a good guy. But also at the same time, couldn't you write, "Hey, great show this week"? I think you meant Eric Carmen.
That's what makes me laugh.
"Hey, dumb fuck," it was Eric Carmen. And I don't know if the show was any good because I turned it off the second you made that fucking mistake.
I hate when people don't know music.
Click.
Dick.
And look, I know Tom listens every week.
Yeah,
Tom is a good guy. He comes to the Monday Night Teas and he'll walk up to me and he'll always have advice. He's just like, "Hey, I heard you're talking about buying a car," and I kind of there's that real quick disconnect where I don't know how Tom would know how I'm fucking buying a car.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I listened to the show this week." I'm like, "Oh okay." And he asks about Jill. He's like, he's that guy. He's a friend of mine.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. But at the same fucking time, it doesn't mean that I don't hold him to the goddamn fire when it's just like, dude, could you write that the show was good at least before you call me out for forgetting a fucking song?
It's like the way you read emails and texts. When it's in print, you can spin it any way you want to. The guy just said, "No, you meant this song." Okay.
No.
When you're like, "Why are you calling me a jerk on Facebook, man?"
That's what he said. He's like, "Hey, dumb fuck." It's Eric Carmen, not fucking Nielsen. How do we spin off into that?
I don't know. You were talking about how you want to be on other podcasts, but the whole thing was that you were saying that it's kind of hard to fit you into a format.
It's
basically.
Not really. No, you know what? I mean,
well, when you do this every week, this becomes your norm, and you're used to just doing what you want in however long it takes.
True.
And taking the time to build a story, or and then you got to be on a show where you got to get your point across in 5 minutes before they.
Why rev, man? I mean, and I'm not saying that like in a good or bad way. It's just that's what happens. Like I saw Jill's son Ryan, and he was asking about movies, and then I started to talk about movies, and then he and I started, and I just kind of ran downhill. And Jill looked at me, and she does this all the time. She just looking at me, and I look at her, and she just goes, "You're so excited," and I'm like, "Yeah, kinda," because I like that sort of thing.
You just fling yourself off the chair like Belushi.
Just fucking whip myself into a goddamn verbal tornado. I do that. That's what I like.
And you need the room to do that. You have the luxury of your show where you can do that, but you're on somebody else's show, and you gotta.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't tell anybody on their show, "Hey, by the way, I'm going to come in. I'm not going to shut the fuck up," because you'll never get on that show.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Was that part of the? I know you covered this obviously in year 1. Was that one of the reasons why you couldn't like hang in Jimmy's show? Like at the end there?
Well, that came up, yeah.
Because you were just, punching everything in the room, and they were like, "Dude, let us, get out of the way."
Yeah. Jimmy and I
don't want to open up any scars. I'm just saying.
No, I think I've actually covered it. It's
similar thing.
It's not a scar. It's the truth. I mean, he and I had like a personal falling out just because. I mean, we grew in different directions in that he grew up and I didn't grow. And then also I was taking up too much. I was talking too much, essentially, on Never Not Funny.
Yeah.
We had several conversations about that. I've talked about that. I think I talked about that on my show and also on a few other shows. But he would sit me down and go, "Listen, there's a format to this, and this is what we're doing." And he was like, "I don't want you to not be funny, but you got to kind of fucking leave some room here." And he was totally right. I mean, it was his fucking show, and there was no reason for me to even. I couldn't feel bad or wrong about what he said or thought. I understood it. It was just like that because that show was such a freeing, liberating experience for me. It let me kind of go off and be the me that I wanted to be.
Yeah, but I never thought I didn't know when you were on that show. I didn't even know what a podcast was, so I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
But hearing the best ofs and stuff, I always felt that format didn't fit you anyway. You need to be the guy.
Well, it was easy.
That's nothing against Jimmy. I'm just saying the dynamic between where you fit in that show. I thought it's backwards.
Well, I'll be forever grateful to that show because, like I said, it essentially turned me into an alpha rather than a beta. And I know it's going to sound strange, but like, because I was content to fire from the sidelines, I thought. And then all of a sudden, when I started to kind of open up a little bit and they gave me some room and I started to talk, I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I can do this and I got stories and I can be funny. And then I kind of asserted myself a little bit more than I should have on territory that was not mine to assert myself, you know?
You're like Dave Grohl, man. You know, you're sitting behind the drums and you're like, dude, I need to be out front. Right?
Fuck. I'll take it. I mean, I hope so. That's pretty cool.
I'm not insinuating that Jimmy's going to blow his head off.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he was going to, he should have by now. And I wish he should have done it before Oliver came along, I'll tell you that.
I'm not trying to, I'm not making a Nirvana thing.
No, literally, Jimmy would never blow his head off just because all he would think about beforehand was the mess.
He'd blow your head off.
He'd be so horrified by it. He'd just be like, oh my God, that's going to be such a horrifying mess. Couldn't possibly do it. I mean, he'd kill like 40 other people. That's the thing. Because he's got that in him too.
He put the plastic down like in Lethal Weapon 2 or whatever.
Dude, it's so funny because Jimmy's just simmering. You can just see it. You know what I mean? He's like, he's funny and he's engaging and he's everything, but you just know.
Because you know him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And because he's got that in him. He's got some malevolence lurking.
See, it got quiet. That's my noise suppressor. Told you.
Should have suppressed that last sentence.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So...
I don't know what you were wanting to talk about.
I don't know. I got nothing to talk. Seriously,
I don't know.
No,
but by all means, put me on your podcast because I got nothing to talk about.
I'll well, let's do that. This is terrible. I saw a movie. I mean, I'll talk about that for fuck's sake. Because Jill and I have the Roku now, so we're flipping around looking for fucking movies. Because I can't. How do I put this? Fuck. Because I was going in a direction with last week's show. I was going to talk about last week's show.
Well, I want to know, did she hear this last week's show?
Yes.
You didn't get in trouble?
No, she wouldn't. She didn't want to listen to it for a few days. She was worried because I told her, I gave her a heads up after it was done. And I was like, hey, I said, I just got to, tell you I did this. And she's just like, oh my God, honey. And I said, it's fine. And she goes, no, honey, I don't want people to think that like we're bad. And I said, well, nobody's going to think we're bad. They're going to think we're human, and it's honest.
I thought you were bad.
Well, you think I'm bad. Yeah. I'm bad. I'm nationwide. I mean, that can't be argued. But, so no, I'm not in trouble. She listened and it's not even that kind of thing. Well, how would I be in trouble? Would I get grounded?
Well,
you're pussy grounded. Sorry. That's it.
Pussy grounded.
That's it. Yeah, because I mean, she can't keep me from going outside, but she can keep me from going inside. That's about it.
I can go out if I want.
Yeah, you can. You just can't go inside. You're pussy grounded.
You're pussy grounded. Dang it!
Oh man, how long? It's fine. She was worried, and then she listened to it on the plane when we were flying because she flew home with me from California, and I caught a glimpse down and I saw that she was listening and I didn't say anything. And then later that night I looked at her and I go, did you listen to the show? And she's like, yeah. And I go, what'd you think? And she's like, I thought it was really good. And I was like, all right, good. That's all that matters. That's all I care about. And I care about everybody else, hearing it and thinking it's funny too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that would be nice. People like that.
I think you just do this for yourself.
I don't look, I can't exactly fucking argue that point. But,
I know I listen to these sometimes and crack up.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Well,
hey, that's me on there.
I told you. Oh, so wait a minute. So that's you, the guy who listens and goes, where's that other guy?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why didn't that dude show up?
Put that weird guy on again.
I know I wanted to say to you, I wanted to, but here's the thing. I was going to give you homework.
Again?
Well, yes. But but the thing is I failed because I was going to give you homework for yesterday.
I like when you're the teacher and you have to give homework because then I'll never get the homework. That'd be awesome.
That's not bad. Yeah, I forget to assign it. And you're like, woo!
See, I give you homework, and it's real homework. You give me homework, I'm like, I'll do that for a week. You'll forget.
I don't care for your homework very much. I'll get a text from Dave at like 1 PM. He's like, hey, did you get a look at that stuff that I sent you 3 days ago? And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know.
5 days ago.
And then I'll write him, and I'm like, hey, dude, I don't have this. And he's like, could you check? And because I even said this to Jill, I said this to Jill yesterday.
I can't find this song.
I wrote him, and I go, hey, dude, I can't find that song. And then instead of just giving me the fucking song, he's like, I'll resend it. And then a second later he goes, I think I sent it with some other stuff that came on like a week ago, maybe on the 7th, and
help you find it.
Yeah, well, fuck you, send it. Because I said to Jill,
why should I send something you have already?
Because I fucking said so. Because then I went to Jill and she's just like, everything okay in there? And I go, Dave won't just resend something. He made me look for it. And she's like, well, do you already have it? And I go, yeah. And she goes, well, then maybe you should already have it. And I go, I don't want to hear it from you too. Jesus Christ. I just heard it from him. Sent me a text and tell me to find something that he already sent me once before. Now I got to fucking look for it all over again. What the hell, man?
See, if you'd done your homework on Friday, you could totally chill on Sunday instead of scrambling around Sunday to find something you forgot on Friday.
See, or I could just not do my homework ever.
Okay, it's your website. That's the funniest part.
Well, I can't imagine poor fucking Ryan. Like, Ryan's our web dude.
Yeah.
And because here's the thing, folks. We're redoing the Joe Business page because it's time. And also, I'm going to say this right now. I should say it later, but I'll say it again. Fucking, if you want a shirt like at the cut rate, you need to buy one like now, because I just sold. And first of all, hey Sam, hey Matt.
I can tell you sold a lot because you're naming the people that bought them.
Well, no,
this is going to be good.
No, these are the people who've had to wait a month because I was traveling when they bought them, and I wrote them and I go, hey, look, I probably can't ship it until the 11th of January, and they're like, okay, and then here we are, February, whatever the fuck, and I've written them emails, and I said, look, I'm sorry, it's fallen, and I got to do this, and I ran out of sizes, there was all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you're not a multitasker kind of dude.
I'm not even a tasker.
No, yeah.
So
you're an anti-tasker.
Goddamn right. So hey guys, that's been sent.
Yay,
Nikki/Matt, because it was a dude, like a Nikki bought a T-shirt, like a double KI, and I was just like, yeah, some stripper bought my T-shirt. That's fucking awesome. And so then I wrote Nikki with an apology saying, hey, look, I'm real sorry. Yeah. And then Matt wrote back and said, hey, you know what's embarrassing? Having to use your wife's email and PayPal account to buy something. Because then when you get the email, I'm like, oh, all right. And so hey, guy in England. Hey, guy in Australia, I finally sent your guys' stuff. And then people in America, you're wearing your shirts already, but people in Australia. So here's the deal. Fucking international, purchasing or whatever. I slashed the prices and all that stuff. Dude, Sam bought a CD and a shirt, and fucking Nicky Matt bought a fucking shirt.
Nicky Matt?
Yeah. It cost me more to ship fucking Nicky Matt the shirt than it was for what they paid. It just cost me $47 to send 2 packages, one to fucking England and one to fucking and here's the thing. I walked out of there because here's why I did it here in Naperville. You remember when I texted you with all the pictures of coffee and stuff?
Yeah.
I should tell you this. So I sent Dave like pictures of coffee and donuts. He's like, I don't want it. So then I sent him a bunch of emojis of cake.
I saw the cake.
Cake with it at question mark, and he's like, no cakes or pies.
I don't want cakes.
And so then I sent him a picture of a bunch of spaghettis.
I didn't see what that was.
It was spaghetti.
I couldn't tell.
And then he wrote, I don't even know what that is. And I said, doesn't matter. Do you want any?
Shit, no.
And he said, no. So he was lucky I did not buy 8 bowls of spaghetti for him. But, so I texted that to you, and then I had to go to the post office to send these things, correct? And, dude, what the fuck? I already talked on here about Jill's post office. Jill's post office looks like fucking, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory efficiency. Like Oompa Loompas are running compared to the yours here. I went in there and it was just these two, sullen women is the only way I could describe them. They were friendly and nice to me, and I was nice and friendly. And they weren't sullen. I apologize. They were just fucking molasses slow, dude. And then she never asked me any questions about like what I wanted, and it was like $23 and $24 to ship the individual packages. And that seems high. Because I've been doing international shipping for quite a while.
It's Naperville. They'll charge you everything.
Well, because I'm wondering if I was supposed to do like first class or getting any of this stuff, because they never usually just don't, they ask. I mean, in California, they fucking ask and they get it done. But here, they just kind of, and so then the first one I did it, and I was, you have to fill out a customs form when you send shit internationally. So I have to, at the house, I'm like at Jill's house, and I'm like, I got to fill out these customs forms. She goes, how long does that take? And I go,
a minute?
3 minutes. And she's just like, why do you even
work, man?
What is wrong with you? Because as I was doing that, I got your text about, did you get this? And I said, well, can you send it? And I mean, look how busy I was, folks. So then I'm sitting down and I'm filling out the customs forms, and I fill them out, and I get everything set up, and I'm like, I can't forget these. And I drove down today from Jill's, and I got here to Dave's place, and I go to the post office, and she's taking forever. She has to enter manually. As hard as it is for me to write it on the customs form and then write it on the envelope, she has to manually enter it into the computer. Yeah. But in California, apparently it's a requirement that you're able to type to work at the fucking post office. But here, no, dude, no. It was
you have to hold a quill pen with a big ass feather coming out of the top.
Straight up fucking hunt and peck. This chick just like one fat finger, she's beating on the fucking keys. And again, she was a very nice woman. I don't mean to cast aspersions on her. But she did look like the kind of woman who would climb into a deli and just eat her way out of it. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. Like you go in to buy lunch meat and she'd be laying in the case with just like turkey hanging out of her mouth. And you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing in there? And she'd be like, it's my happy place. They told me to go to my happy place. So I ate a fucking pound of garlic bologna and just worked my way left. Like, man, fuck that, dude. Just get out of there and go on a treadmill or something. She was terrible. So she had that post office eagle on her shirt. But it was a pterodactyl because she was so like big and stretched the shirt out so much. It was fucking terrible. I was waiting for fucking eagle? Yeah. I was waiting for Fred Flintstone to put garbage in his mouth. So I'm there, and she again, lovely woman, wonderful. And I will tell you this: here's who I am these days. Mm-hmm. I didn't get mad at all.
Wow.
I didn't get upset. I didn't get frustrated.
Naperville, dude.
Well, I walked in by myself, and I was the only dude there.
They would have thrown you in the clink. They would have hit you over the head and thrown you in the clink.
Hit me with what?
A big stick.
A big Naperville stick?
Naperville stick.
So I get to the front, and I'm the only dude in there. And by the time she starts, because I sent the English one first, and she's pecking out the address and all this different stuff. I gave her the custom form. She rings it up. And there's 7 people in line behind me.
Oh, jeez.
That's how long it took. And I never once. Because again, I'm not, let's put it this way. If I had been the 7th dude in line, I might have been pissed. But because I was the first dude at the window, I was starting to get that shame feeling like I was the one holding it up.
Yeah.
But then also I was doing the fucking Charles
Grodin look like, hey.
Just like, I was looking at everybody like, get this, and like gesturing at her.
It's like when you're in the drive-through of a like a McDonald's or something, and they get your order wrong, you got to make like the sorry arms, like it's not you.
Yeah.
Because they've handed you some stuff. So the car behind you just automatically assumes you got your order, and they want you to pull up, and they're getting antsy, and you just have to do that hey, my arm, it's them, man.
You know what I do? I do the crazy thing with one hand, and I point at the window. Like, oh yeah, these people are bananas.
I just gesture a lot, and they know that I'm mad at them. Oh, it must be the people's fault. It can't be the driver's fault.
Exactly. Well, also at the post office, they could clearly see that it was her. Because she's punching one key every 3 seconds to put in an address for England, and then in the middle of it, she stops to heat up cocoa wheats in the microwave. And it's like, dude, have your breakfast later.
Did you ever watch Chowder when it was on?
I love Chowder.
They went to the bank, and they got the oldest teller of all time. He was counting all Chowder's pennies, and he would go 11, 12. I mean, he's the slowest counter of all time.
Nice. Was Rada with him?
Rada. Oh, Schnitzel?
Was that his name?
Yeah, Schnitzel.
Rada. That's all he says is Rada. But she was, I mean, just fucking slow. So then she finishes the whole thing. And again, I be proud of me, everybody in the world, and Dave, because I did not get mad. I did not get frustrated, because all I could think about was, when I was with Jill and I got mad and they made me sign my credit card and I got pissed and I walked outside and Jill's like, honey, you
shouldn't look for gratitude or praise for something that everyone else just does normally.
I'm not looking for gratitude or praise. I'm looking for people to recognize the fact that I've identified behaviors I should fix, and I'm in the process of fixing them.
I don't know.
No, because you need positive reinforcement, or else I'll just go back to punching people in the fucking head.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can just fucking dismiss us out of hand.
Yeah.
But that's because you never leave your goddamn house. See, if you had to go to a fucking grocery store and actually check out stuff,
I do.
Or go to you don't. You lie.
I have to go grocery shopping.
You lie.
I'm his bozo.
You went with me. See, that doesn't count. If you have to go alone and like go out into the wild,
do. I have to go grocery shopping.
You stay here with the kids and you play board games while your wife does everything in the world.
Nope.
Yep. She goes out and she runs a bank, and then she comes home and she's like, "Hey, what's going on today?" And you're just like, "Nothing. I made soup." Whee! And you spin the propeller on your fucking.
Well, somebody has to buy the soup. I had to go out and buy the soup.
I doubt it.
All right.
She buys the goddamn.
I Amazon primed my soup.
You got it shipped? You're a soup shipper?
Yeah.
You fucking
Groceries?
soup shipper.
I got a box of lettuce.
Dude, they got that Blue Apron shit. You ever seen that stuff?
Yeah.
There's like this thing where they're advertising Blue Apron meals, and they're like, hey, it's totally great. You'll have like a fucking Gouda sandwich with a watercress chaser and a smile. And I'm like, all right, that sounds okay. So I went to their website. Dude, they don't cook shit for you.
You got it. It's for you to cook.
Fuck that. If I'm going to pay you for food, you might as well make the shit for me.
Dude, you.
No, I'm serious. If you go on and you're like, it's nutritious and healthy meals. No, it's not. You're just giving me a puzzle. I don't want a goddamn puzzle.
What do you want them to give you? Like a TV dinner?
Yes. Show up with it steaming.
No.
Have like a white glove dude just take like a silver fucking chafing dish lid off, and then it's like, hello, here's your breakfast.
I've seen my mailman. I don't want him touching my food.
It's not, no, see, that's the thing. It shouldn't be the mailman. The Blue Apron should have a guy.
Big truck?
Yeah.
Big Blue Apron van?
Yes. Dude, if Amazon can send a robot to bring me a toothbrush, then fucking these people can bring me some soup. I want a drone. I want drone soup.
Drone soup.
That sounds fucking amazing, doesn't it?
Here is your soup.
Wait a minute. I'm not saying it has to be fucking...
Here is your soup.
Bert Young is not ordering my soup. That's not happening. Oh, it's what you... What the fuck was that thing's name?
This is what?
Paulie. Remember the robot? And
Oh
fucking-
yeah, but she made a chick voice. He made it talk like
it had a
woman.
girl voice.
Yeah, it had a girl voice. He brought him beers and stuff.
Dude, see, that's all about Paulie. I would do that. That's what I want. I want a robot.
Robot.
Wait, do the robot bringing me soup again. I like it.
Here is your soup.
See? We got to call Blue Apron because you know what? We have to form a business to align with Blue Apron when we deliver their food. We create a fleet of soup delivering robots. Holy shit, is that a great idea? See? You were making fun of me a second ago, and now look at all the money we just made.
I know.
God damn it.
Robot soup.
Here
is your soup.
I like it.
Cream of chicken.
Here's my favorite part of this. If you people at home don't think we're both doing the robot walk,
I'm doing the
instead of
Michael
just-
Jackson Cher Show dancing machine robot.
Dude, is that from Cher Show? Or is that a
believe-
bandstand? I thought it was American Bandstand.
I saw him on the Cher Show.
Could be both.
Yeah.
And it was the Sonny and Cher Show or just the Cher Show?
I think it was just the Cher Show.
Okay, dude. When
Yeah.
I saw that changed everything when I saw that.
Yeah,
I talked about that on here.
yeah, I know you did.
It was so fucking amazing.
So you before this started, you told me I
Yes.
had homework. I dodged homework. What was my homework
Well, you
supposed to
kind
be?
of did. Well, you wouldn't have done it anyway. That's the problem.
Yeah, last week you wanted me to do a song and I never heard of it, and I had a day and I said nope.
Yeah, it was a bummer. It would have been a good song. But I found another song equally applicable from your catalog.
What did you play? I forgot.
I played some Al Green.
No, you didn't.
I'm
You didn't play that.
so in love with you.
You didn't play that.
Yes, I did.
You played Day After Day again.
Nope.
Most positive.
Nope. Al Green.
I didn't know because no one said anything.
You didn't listen.
I did listen.
You know what? Actually, I played "Let's Stay Together," but it was by
Eric Carmen's version of Let's Stay Together.
I played that instead. Tom wrote it, and he says, "Oh, dude." Yeah, no, I played it. You're making a face, but I'm telling you. You know why? You don't know?
Why?
Here's why. Because I sent you the show before that was in there.
Yeah, but I thought I listened to the actual show to see what song you used.
That's up to you. But I mean, I sent you because I sent him. All right, here's the thing.
All right, yeah, okay. I heard that. You're right. I heard the show before it went live.
Yeah, I sent you the show because I wanted you to paint to it. I was like, all right, well, you know, because Dave likes to get the show early sometimes so we can make the artwork.
I never would have done that painting if I had talked to you and had never heard the show.
That was what I was going to talk about a fucking hour ago or whatever. Literally, because because if I tried to tell you about the show last week, you would have painted a shit casino, and I would have been like, well, that doesn't. Because I mean, that was all I could remember. Like, because I knew what the subject matter was, but then I was like, there's all these tangents I went off on, and I was like, a toilet is basically a shit casino, and I was explaining it, and I know you because I know you, and I would have said that, you would have gone, dude, that's hysterical. And I'd have been like, no, don't do that, because the whole show's
I
about
got a
something
lot of
different.
good brown paint.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
But the whole point is I didn't want you to get sucked into that, and so that's why I was like,
get sucked into a shit casino.
let me ask you this.
What?
You're telling me that if you walked past a sign that said shit casino, you would not walk inside?
Is it a door I have to open?
Yes.
I open that door.
You goddamn right you do.
Yeah. I peek my head and then I just go, whoa! All right, wrong room.
You
Get out.
you got to take a couple of steps in there.
The shit casino? Is
Fuck yes.
it blackjack? Is
It
it
could
table
be.
games or is
Well,
it...
don't say hit me. When you walk in there, please rephrase from that phrase.
Out of one-armed bandits in there?
You could refrain from that phrase as well. Rephrase from that phrase.
So what did that mean about the paint? Is that what you were saying about the paint?
Yeah, because I was gonna say I sent it to you early because I was like, oh yeah, I was happy to have you do it because I wanted you to do it from pain that meant something, and then you were like, oh man, if I would have told you about shit casino, that's all you would
No,
want to paint.
because you would. This is what you would have told me, based on the way you remember what you just said. Because you basically have to remember everything you just said and
Yes.
tell me. It would have been a show about how happy you are to have your girlfriend come into town.
Yes.
That's what would have been the theme.
Yeah.
And we would have missed the whole dynamic of you getting the shit kicked out of you in Wisconsin. You know, that was, to me, that was the funny part. It was like, that's why I'm glad I listened to the show. But I didn't hear the song.
Well, I'm glad you did too. But that's the song I did use because I was for
good.
something appropriate. So So yeah, so I mailed those the things today. So I wait, and I did not get mad. I was fine. I was very nice, and we had a little small talk and a little chat. And she asked me about the. She's like, you live in California and you're sending a package to England. Why are you here?
So I would save some money.
And I said, well, because my girlfriend lives in Wisconsin and I happen to be visiting a friend here in Chicago. And she's like, wow, that's a lot of traveling. And I'm like, yes, it is. And you can just hear feet tapping behind me. Because,
don't care.
No, don't care. They're so mad behind me. And I felt, again, that thing, because then you turn around, you gesture, you're like, man, she's the one kind of initiated that conversation. Yeah. So she finishes the English one, and then I'm like, all right. And now she's still got to do Australia, dude. I mean, so there's people just lining up fucking behind me out the goddamn door. And then I handed the thing, and I handed the customs form. And again, I did not get mad. Even though it took her like 11 minutes to do one package, I did not get mad. And then I handed her the package, and she takes the customs form, and she opens it, and she holds it up, and she goes, yeah, this is blank. I didn't fill out the customs form for Australia.
That's when they turn on you.
Well, she was very nice about it, where she just went, yeah. She goes, and I said, oh, I'm really, she goes, don't worry. She goes, fill it out now. And I go, well, no, that's okay. There's people waiting. She goes, no, by the time I enter your package, you'll be done filling it out, and it's fine. You can just stay in line here.
They only had one person at the...
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
And there's only 2 windows. First of all, dude, where I do mailings, fucking there's 4 windows, 5 windows.
This must be a different Naperville mail, because the one I go to's got a lot of them.
Yeah, I went old school. I was on Washington.
Oh, no, you don't want to go down there.
Well, that was near Donut House.
Oh,
when I was at Donut House, I put in the address, because again, it took me, what did it take me, 45 minutes to get here from fucking Dunkin' Donuts?
I don't know, I fell asleep.
Yeah, you did, because I was knocking on the door for like 10 minutes. So I didn't want to fucking make the dog bark.
The dog would have barked anyway.
What
was my homework?
Oh, all right, I get to that. So she holds up a blank fucking form, and it made me laugh, because she's like, go ahead and just fill it out. So then I panicked, because there are people behind me.
I panicked.
Well, there's people behind me. So she starts entering it, and I go to fill it out, and I put my real address on it, rather than the throw punch address. So then that means that fucking Nicky Matt would have seen my goddamn real address.
We can't have that.
Can't. Because you never know who the fuck's going to show up. All of a sudden, Matt's like mad. He shows up.
Ding dong ditches you.
Yeah. Nikki leaves Matt. She's looking for a place to stay in the States. And she's like, hey, remember me? No, I don't know you at all. Double KI.
Get off my lawn.
Take a fucking walk. Good day.
That's a cool shirt you got on, though.
That's very nice. So I looked, and I started to fill it out, and I put in my real address, and I looked at her, and she goes, oh, take your time, son. And I go, it's okay. I just, I chilly did this. I need to get a new customs form. You can help the people behind me. And she's like, no, you can go. And I go, no, really, it's okay. And you literally just, I could barely hear her over the behind me. And then she goes, all right, well, customs forms are over there under the glass. And I said, great. So I went and grabbed a new customs form. And as I was filling it out, another person came out from the back and opened another window.
Yeah.
And then the other person closed their window, even though there were fucking 11 people in line.
So it only went from 1 to 1?
Yes. And then luckily the person behind, like when I finished filling out the form, she said, you can go ahead. You were here first. Yeah. And so I got to do that. But it took 45 minutes to send 2 packages.
That's outrageous.
And I even said, fucking Sam and Nicky Matt have been waiting fucking forever. And you're going to make them wait another 45 minutes for fuck's sake? So you know what, Sam and Nicky Matt, that's their fault.
Yeah.
Blame them. International shipping, I certainly hope that the international shipperers are not as slow as the international fucking key punchers that we had here in Naperville. Ooh, can I say where you live? Should I not do that? I probably already
said it 1,000,000 times.
I probably did. And plus, I need, you know what? Once we go ahead and we...
Nobody cares.
Once we incorporate our business of soup delivering robots...
There's going to have to be a return address.
They're going to have to see where we're at.
Sooner or later, one of those things is going to break down. Or rape Roy.
Must rape Roy. I want to name the company Here Is Your Soup, but it has to be, but it can't be named Here Is Your Soup. Yeah. It has to be named Here Is Your Soup. How do we convey that?
Put the robot face on it. Somehow incorporate the robot face in the jittery type font. You have to have jittery fonts. Here is your soup. Here is your soup.
Will we only deliver soup? We have, because Blue Onion.
You can't.
Blue Onion only makes like fucking. Well, they make more food, but that's
we
again,
can make a goulash.
That's their bullshit, though. They're just like, hey man, here's some cavatelli with some goddamn kale, and I'm like, that's awesome. And then you open it up, and it's a bunch of raw shit. Fuck that, dude.
What sounds better, robot food or robot soup? Robot soup sounds better.
Robot soup does sound better.
You want your soup brought to you by a robot?
Here is your soup.
Do you need spoons?
No. Here is your soup. That's the only thing our fucking. The cadence is perfect. The syllables are perfect. Our company is named Here's Your Soup. Dude, we got to, come on, there's got to be a here'syoursoup.com. If there's not, we got to fucking do it. I'm actually writing it down like I would forget it. Here'syoursoup.com. Oh my God, dude.
Now, are we bringing them cold soup that they heat up, or are we bringing them hot soup?
Fuck that.
Like the hot soup delivery?
What movie was it where the robot put his finger in shit and he made it all hot?
There was a porno you saw once.
I don't know. It might have been. There was some movie where, is it Mork? Maybe Mork does it, where he puts his finger in something and it starts boiling.
I thought he sucked up. He drank with his finger.
He drinks with his finger. Yeah, definitely. But there was
he's
some
not
other.
A robot.
Oh, he's a Shazbot.
He's a Shazbot. Shazbot, here is your soup.
Literally nobody on earth thinks this is funny as you and I do.
Here is your soup.
A fucking restaurant.
Someone's at the
Hold on, I
door.
gotta get the. You open it up.
Here is your soup.
He hands you a bowl of hot
Honey,
soup.
did you order soup again?
Yes.
The robot's back.
Because that's again, like I've said before about other things. Like if you said you had a candy that tastes like rape, people would buy it because they want to know what rape tastes like. If only, and because then it's a bonus if people buy it and they like it and they bite it. And they're like, yeah, this totally tastes good. You get repeat customers. But everybody on earth buys rape candy once in their life.
Yeah.
If you saw a candy that said this candy tastes like rape, you'd be like, yes, I'm buying it.
If you're out like raking your leaves and you see a robot go to your neighbor's house,
Oh my God!
you'd be like, what is that guy getting?
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous.
I want that. What is that?
Everybody on earth would sign up for fucking robot soup.
There is your soup.
Dude, just to hear them say it.
It's even funnier if you live in an apartment building and they got to ring your apartment. They can't go to your door.
Buzzer, and you let him in. He has to take the elevator up, holding a tray. He gets up to the third floor. He has to walk past about like 9 other people. You just hear him, and you're in your apartment. All you hear from down the hallway is. Yes?
Here is your soup. Yeah.
Do you know how much money we've just made? If we could develop a fleet of soup delivering robots. Not even a fleet. Okay, all right, here's the difference. If we can get a fleet of soup delivering robots, we can charge people only like $20.
Then people start getting their favorite robots.
Yes. But if we have one robot that delivers soup, we can charge like $1,000 for each delivery.
Maybe that's better because then he could be like, he's our mascot and he's the actual guy that delivers your soup. You know?
Holy Jesus.
It's not like the Little Caesar guy brings the pizza to your house. That would be the difference. Our mascot brings you the soup.
Just, I want to say this about that real quick. Jill and I yesterday were off to see her son, and we're going to Ryan's to pick up Kale, and we're driving by. She wants to stop at this restaurant to get him like a birthday gift. So we pop in, we stop in, and here's the thing. I think she's going to buy something. She walks in, she steals silverware off the table. That's her birthday gift. We walk out.
Okay.
She didn't really. She bought something. But I just thought it was a funny idea. If she snuck in, she goes, hey, I got to get a birthday gift for Ryan. She walked in, stole forks. You're listening to The 40-Year-Old Boy. Coming up later, 2 men, many beverages.
I'm going to go, okay?
All right, go.
All right, here.
Italian dressing. Squirt.
No.
Corn oil.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, all right, my turn. You ready?
I'm ready to go.
Hold on.
Tang.
No.
Milk from a bowl of Apple Jacks.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. You're not going to get this one.
All right, go. Asti Spumani. Non-dairy creamer. Mogan David.
No.
Okay. You have to think about that one?
No, you're right. It was Mogan David.
Okay. Grab a glass and play along. It's on the Mike Schmidt Podcasting Network.
Juice?
Here is your soup. Here is your soup. Here is your soup. Here is your soup. Dude, we have the radio commercials and everything. Everything's fucking locked in. You can't talk as fast as you normally do. 'cause I can't understand what you're saying. But when I'm a fast-talking robot from Fast-Talking Robot Town. Here is your soup. Hey, here's your soup. No, don't add syllables.
Here is your soup. Here. Are you doing? What are you doing there? Jumping around?
Getting it back to normal.
All right. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of doing the
Yeah,
whole
but
show.
you talk too fast for that effect because I couldn't understand a word you said.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I was saying cool, funny stuff. Just anybody who didn't know what I said, it was hilarious. That's all. Go ahead and run with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's
There's our
perfect.
that we make a commercial with that guy.
Here is your soup. Because that you got to lay flat on that. Absolutely, that's just here is your soup because that's the name of the
Here is your
company.
soup.
You don't fuck with the name of the company. There's no hey, here is your soup.
No, but it has to be called Robot Soup, and then underneath it is the tagline: "Here is your soup."
Here is your soup with a period.
Yeah. Understated.
Yeah.
Lowercase.
Exactly.
The
No
whole way.
exclamation point. No anything. Just here is your soup. All right. Well, let's make money. Let's do that. I'm excited about that plan. Fuck.
Homework. I was supposed to do something, and you still haven't told me what it was. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to do it. What was it? Was it something cool?
Well, no. I mean, not for you. But I wanted you to, because I wanted you to watch the live Grease show.
Ouch. I hate.
Did you know I was going to say that? You got all like you anticipated that.
Well, my wife went to a party with a bunch of the other housewives, not housewives, but women, to watch that at someone's house, and I was just like, that sounds dumb.
Here's the thing. It was like
don't mess with Grease, man.
Here's what I liked about it. All right, because I did watch it, and because Jill and I fucked up because I thought it was California time, and first of all I thought it was also on NBC. So we watched Dateline NBC. What?
That's not Danny Zuko.
I fucked up a bunch of times. So because I thought it was on NBC, and so we watched Dateline NBC at 6 o'clock, and I thought Grease was coming out at 7. Because in California, everything primetime starts at like 7 or 8. Primetime starts at 8, but if they're going to do a special event thing, it comes on at 7. So I just assumed it was coming on.
So you missed it.
I missed the first hour, which kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, because you missed Summer Nights, you missed all that stuff.
Exactly. But Jill was like, "Oh, everybody's watching that Grease live," and I go, "Well, no, it's not on until 7." She's like, "No, it's on now," and I jumped over real quick.
What?
Because I was like, "No, because there's American Ninja Warrior is just coming on."
That's
Really?
your Fred Flintstone feat to get into the family room to watch.
Dude, I found the way to make the Fred Flintstone feet noise in real life. Like I can have some. If you don't, I have to go find this item in your house, and if you had it, because I mean,
You don't have to, if you use an item, it doesn't count.
no, because come on, do you think they fucking made those with their hands and their feet? And all
Yeah.
that bullshit.
Isn't that how they did the Fred Flintstone feat?
Fuck yeah, I guess so. But mine is better. Like if you hear it with this item that I have to use, because I learned it completely inadvertently. I was doing my laundry at my house, and then when you do laundry, of course, I use. Dude, are you a Downy man?
I don't know. I got people for that.
See, that's what I said. I'm like, you're the guy who never goes out of his house and doesn't do any shit, and then you're pretending like you're going to tell me what the world is like, and you're never out there.
Just because I don't do the laundry?
Or the other thing,
I do everything.
You don't do the grocery shopping.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
All right.
So here I was doing laundry at my house, and when you do laundry, you got to, I use I'm an all man.
Yeah.
I used to be. All right, here's who I used to be. I used to be a surf guy, and with an ocean breeze type of flavor. That was the flavor of detergent I liked.
You drank
but then all bought surf, but luckily they totally co-opted their ocean breeze smell. So I'm like, all right. But here's the thing: I get ocean breeze detergent, but then I use Downy. So I don't know if they fight, but it doesn't matter because the Downy wins. Because Downy, you want April Fresh Downy because that's the key. I don't even know why Downy makes other flavors.
You're
Downy
not a snuggle guy?
No, fuck that bear.
You got a thing against little happy bears.
Don't like them. Not a fan. I get you know what? I get a thing against little. I got a thing against happy, and I get a thing against bears. All
That's
three
what I
of them.
just said.
Well, no, you said little happy bears. I'm telling you, put a comma in there. I'll put a couple of commas in there, and I'm on board.
All right.
I don't like any of that phrase. I don't like
Yeah, you
little.
put
I don't
them all
like happy.
together.
And then you got a real problem. And then a bear is rooting around. Come on, dude. That bear's rooting around in
cute
your
bear.
laundry. Yeah, until he takes a shit on your whites.
Till he wipes his ass on your
Yeah,
underpants.
you know he's scooting around like a dick. You know he's doing that. And you tell me that bear's got urges. You know he's not jerking off on your
got
darks.
urge. That snuggle bear's got urges.
He does have urges, and he's in there jerking off on your dark clothes, and you're just like, oh man, that's not good. How did I get this spot in here? You ever get a spot and you don't know where it came from?
Snuggle bear?
It's bear cum. Nobody likes that.
Snuggle bear.
Snuggle bear cum is all over your clothes. It's like, God damn it. See, because that's what Bounce did. Bounce was smart. They're just like, hey, we're Bounce, man. We're totally like fabric. And you don't worry about fabric coming on your pants. But a bear?
Yeah, you don't want a bear near your pants.
Does a bear shit in the woods? I don't know. Does a bear shit in your dryer? Yes. You ever get your fucking whites out and you're like, dude, I think did I have blood on my sock? No, I didn't. That's bear shit, dude. That's what happened. And you know what? He's not, and he's gross, dude, because he's like, oh, like really cool in public. But then he gets in the dryer. You know, he just like jams a sock like right up his ass. It's not even like he wipes it.
Dude.
He totally puts it in and he pulls it out anal bead style. He ties your socks in knots. That's what Snuggle Bear does. He ties your socks in separate knots and he jams them up his ass and pulls them out slow. And then he jerks off on your darks. That's what he's doing. That fucking bear is having a one bear orgy in your fucking laundry, and you trust him. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever let him fucking turn him loose on your clothes?
Because he's cute.
Fuck that. Don't care. I don't want. It's like when that cat pissed on my shirt in fucking freshman year.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? That could have been Snuggle Bear who did it. That fucking cat might have caught the brunt of it for no reason. Look at me. Dude.
It wasn't me. It was the bear.
35 years later, I realized that Snuggle Bear pissed on my shirt. God damn it. That's why I'm a Downy man.
All right, man.
You asked.
Yeah, I guess I did.
So April Fresh is the way to go. And then, but here's the deal. So I go do my laundry, and they have this thing called Downy balls, which I know sounds really awful, bear style. But no, what it is it's a ball that you fill up with Downy. And and it's funny. It has a line. It's like filled to this line. Fuck that. Double it.
You go double Downy
balls.
balls.
Oh my Christ, yes. Because then you're gonna totally smell like Downy. It's awesome.
Scrote.
Yeah, and then because then I will tell you this: when you put that much Downy in, if you ever like scratch yourself like in your shirt, and then you're like a scratch and sniff Downy guy, because then the smell of Downy, no, it makes you soft. And then you totally smell it, and then when you scratch like I could scratch my shirt, and you'd be like, dude, you're scratching sniff because you'll totally smell like Downy.
And that made the Fred Flintstone noise?
No, the Downy ball. All right, so at the end of the laundry cycle, you got to go and you got to put the clothes in the dryer, but then you got to get the Downy ball out. So when you get the Downy ball out, usually it's still got like water in there because it opens up in the middle of the cycle and it lets the Downy loose. Because it's like a Downy jail. It's like literally you're pouring Downy in Downy jail, but then it makes a jailbreak in the middle of your fucking laundry. It makes everything smell great.
Cool.
Yeah. So what you do is you get the Downy ball out and you turn it upside down. You try to shake the water out, and there's a plug in the top of it. And when you shake the ball, it goes. I can't even explain it, but the noise you hear it, you just go, God damn, yeah. It's so perfect. Yeah. It's perfect.
I don't think they had that back in the day.
What do you mean?
Like Hanna-Barbera, when they did their sound recording, they didn't have the Downy ball, so I'm pretty sure they did it a different way.
Well, that was during the fucking Depression. That was like, they're doing their clothes in a river. They didn't know what the fuck Downy was.
Then they had to go.
Yeah.
See?
They had a real bear doing it. They had a real bear because they're down at a stream doing their laundry, and a bear showed up and tore them asunder and folded their shirts. They're like, hey, how was laundry day? Well, my clothes are soft, but my son is dead.
And he took our picnic basket.
A goddamn bear attack happened. But our clothes have never been softer. And that's where the concept came from.
So why did you think what was my purpose of having to watch Grease? Was I supposed to talk with you about it?
Well, because you are a Grease guy and you're a Travolta guy, and I wanted to because I wanted to have something to talk to you about, because I got nothing today. I think if anybody has been paying attention.
I like the suit. I like the Downy story, and I like the post office story. Those are really good.
All right. So that's not bad.
You have more.
And we created a business.
Well,
we created a goddamn business.
Well, I turned it on. My son was watching another show, so during the commercials, I'd flip over just to see what it was like, because I hate I hate plays.
I know you. I'm sorry, what?
I just hate plays.
Who the fuck hates plays?
Plays are dumb. You ever think about it? Because it's all that bad, like, where the people have to stand in a certain way and they kind of walk to stage left or they walk to stage right and they talk in that weird loud way, like, how are we going to win this race? I don't know, Kaneki. I'm like, well, this is stupid.
Well, that play was awful. Yesterday, that's what I'm saying. It's like.
So it sucked?
Yes, but it was great.
See, I turned it on, and both my kids are like, what is this? And I tried to, and then I started saying the words along with the TV, and they were like, why do you know the dialogue? And I go, you don't even understand.
Yeah, they're turning around and they're just going, Dad, are you?
That's not really Grease, though.
Are you gay? Yeah.
You like theater, but you say you don't like plays.
Because it was very gay.
Well, when that play came out, that wasn't like a family play. That was a play you went to see. It was for adults.
Well,
look at the lyrics to Grease Lightning.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, if you watch that movie and you go to the original play, you're gonna hate it, because that's what I did. I'd only seen the movie because I was 12 when it came out.
Right.
So
78.
I was 12. So that's Grease to me. Grease is that movie. So when I actually saw the play at the Schubert Theater, I think in Chicago.
Oh, is that?
And it was the original play.
Right.
And it had none of the songs I knew. And
Who
it
was their
dumb.
Who was their Vince Fontaine?
Vince Fontaine.
When you went and saw it live, who was? Because that was the deal. Is they used to put it in all these different.
Oh, Davy
cities.
Jones.
From the Monkees?
Yeah.
Ha, see? I knew it.
Yeah.
Because the hook of it was they'd always put like Grease in some small town.
Yeah.
And then they'd find some like
I
semi-famous
can't remember
dude.
if he was Vince Fontaine or he was the Beauty School Dropout, the Frankie Avalon. Anyway, Davy Jones was the name.
Yeah.
So it must have been Fontaine.
Yeah. Because
And I was really just, and then I find out later that the songs that were written for the movie because of Olivia Newton-John. Those songs aren't in the original Grease production. So what version did they do last night? Because I didn't see it.
Well, then they did an amalgam because the songs from the movie are in it, but also songs from the play. They did the play version, okay? But those songs from the movie are in it.
Hopelessly Devoted to You was in
Yes.
it? Yeah, see, that's not in the play. That's
Okay, yeah,
Olivia
Stranded at the
Newton-John.
drive-in and all that
Sandy?
stuff is there. Sandy,
Stranded at the drive-in.
branded a fool.
What will they say Monday at school?
Sandy.
Sandy, my darling.
Well, the
You're
guy
real bad.
we were laughing because Jill was kind of in and out sleeping.
Well, sleeping through Grease.
Well, she's
She's never
working.
seen Grease.
She's never seen anything, but she worked.
I just assumed that she'd never
yeah.
seen Grease.
Well, she worked like an 8-hour shift. She only had 2 hours of sleep. She got up. We ran around with her son yesterday, and then she had to get up today for work, whatever the fuck. So she was kind of laying, just laying on my lap listening to it. Here's my favorite part, where
Grease is dumb.
she's listening to it with me, and she's got her eyes closed and stuff, and then I kept I was making her laugh because it was just, I go, honey, Danny Zuko has crow's feet. Like, because he's supposed to be in high school, but whoever played him, he had to be 28. I mean, he's got to be, right, 35 years old or whatever the fuck. And so then at one point, like the coach, like the Sid Caesar, the coach was black.
Of course.
And then there's a scene where he starts dancing with Anna Gasteyer, the principal. And I said, and honey, she looks up at me and she goes, what did I miss? And I go, oh, so the cops came in with a fire hose and they turned it on the coach for dancing with a white woman.
Well, wasn't one of the pink ladies African American?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another one too. She's
That's
like,
great.
Yeah. And then she kissed the dude. No, it wasn't great. You know why it wasn't great? I get it. I know you're going for diversity, but fuck you for trying so hard. It was just a foolish, because again, look, Grease is just Grease, and it's the same people who, like, I heard this argument when there was a Black Human Torch. All right, I guess over the summer, Fantastic Four came out, and Johnny Storm is black.
Well, I don't understand how they did that, because isn't Johnny Storm and Sue Storm brother and sister?
Yeah.
So how could she be? Are they adopted?
Don't know. Didn't see it. Okay, I'm sure they touched on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard it was an awful movie.
Well, when I first heard it, I was like, this would be totally cool. Here's the cool thing. What if, when it started out, he was white, but then when he turned into the Human Torch, he was black? Because by turning into a fire dude, he totally burned his
himself?
skin. Yeah. See, like, if that's the explanation, then I'm on board with it. I'm like, all right.
Because then you can cover all the races. He could be Mexican for a little bit till he gets really
everything.
burned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he's Asian because he's got to squint his eyes because the fire's in his eyes and the smoke is there. See what I mean? It's like that. If you want to work that hard for it, then go ahead and fucking do it. But that's how it was last night. Because I almost tweeted, I was like, I'm enjoying the United Nations production of Grease.
That's great.
Because that's all it was. It was like there was an Asian chick, and then there was black dudes, and then
Eskimo?
There was an Indian guy in the T-Birds.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it the TP birds or the T birds?
It was the chicken tikka masala birds.
Did they have an Eskimo?
I have no clue, dude. They had them all. They had fucking
they'd have
any
native
box you can check on a 1099. They had them.
What part did the Native American guy play? Was he putsy?
No, he not that kind of Indian. Not ooh Indian. I mean, I'm talking like fucking I'm talking chicken tandoori Indian. And he's one of the T-Birds guys.
T-bird.
Yeah.
Him and the T-bird.
He didn't have he was dark complected. I could be, look, this could be my fault. All right.
Go Grease Lightning.
Look, it's set in the 50s. I tried to watch it through the eyes of a guy from the 50s. So I'm who's this bag of nonsense? Who's this fucking dude who just walked in?
These people all in one school.
These people.
Those people.
Yeah, there's no, and the Dodie Goodman, the wacky fucking,
The wacky secretary.
She's black.
Yeah.
They just tried so hard. There were more black people in the production of Grease than there were in that town.
In the 50s.
In the 50s, exactly. You're just waiting for James Earl Ray to come out and shoot somebody in the head. You know what I mean? It's just because again, that's ever present in your mind. And I get it. Who they were trying to appeal to now, they're just like, they're so used to seeing multicultural things, and I get that. But that's not what kind of what Grease was. You know what I mean? And look, I'm not pining for the days of Grease. It blew no matter what.
It sucked.
Yeah, but they did have the Didi Khan is in it. She comes out and Jill recognized her because Jill totally knows what Grease is. She's on.
Oh
board.
wait, she's seen Grease.
She knows Grease, absolutely. Right. So she was like, "Oh my God, that's the original chick." And then one of the original T-Bird dudes is like the stage manager at the hand job.
Well, Kanicki's dead, right?
He's so dead.
Okay, it's probably the actor that was Sonny.
Maybe
because he still acts. I saw him.
I love that you know the name of the T-Birds dudes.
Sonny Putsy, Sonny and was it Putsy the blonde? Putz,
no idea.
Yeah,
I knew Danny, and that was it. And,
Danny.
and they were all idiots. I used to get. I was so mad at that movie, and probably just because I didn't have a dad. But I was like so mad that they were like the least tough gang in the history of gangs.
You know what I didn't like is that they were the T-Birds and Tony and John Travolta was so mean to those guys. Mm-hmm. He was never nice to the Three Stooges. He was nice to Kenickie. Well, Kenickie was his boy, but he was never. You ever believed that him and Putsy hung out or Putz or whatever his name was.
But Zuko deserved a better classic criminal. I mean, he deserved a better classic gang, right?
I don't know. You got to be able to dance, though.
But Zuko wasn't really tough either. He was the fucking Anthony Michael Hall of Grease. He was the king of the dipshits.
I think he was cool.
Yeah, but he aligned himself
Eugene
with these numbskulls. Yeah, but Eugene. All right, let me ask you this, because Eugene gets made a T-Bird in the play last night.
Oh, maybe that's in the original. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Is that in the play? Because I don't even know. It just seemed like such a fucking weird olive branch to the nerds of the audience. But he.
We got to make sure everybody's included.
Well, that's how it was.
Eugene gets laid in Grease. Did you know that?
He came pretty close.
I was just saying.
Yeah, like he talked to the head cheerleader chick who was like choosing whatever and then they walk into the dance together, and that's who winds up dancing. And she even says at one point, "Hey, will you show me your rocket?" like there was a lot of innuendo in the show.
Maybe that's from because the play was when I was in a band as a goof, we would play Grease Lightning.
Yeah,
and it was one of those songs that Grease was always considered. To this day, it's on the ABC Family channel.
I'm going to say this, and
the lyrics to Grease Lightning are completely got swears and stuff in them.
Yeah, it said last night it was appropriate for 8+ or whatever the fuck. But I didn't even.
Kristen told me they changed the words.
Yeah, they must have.
Yeah, because you can't say pussy wagon and we're getting lots of tit.
The chicks will cream.
Yeah, you can't do that. Can you?
I don't know.
Think you can. For kids, they don't get that.
If you can have a black guy working in a high school in the 50s, it's not a janitor, then you can probably do whatever the fuck you wanted. I don't mean to be mean. I mean, it just was like all of a sudden they integrated Rydell High, and I'm like, yeah, maybe not. But the whole movie, I kept waiting for those sorts of things, and and again, it was a play. It wasn't even
plays are dumb.
But we know what I really liked about it though, and because I missed this from when we were kids, and maybe you do or you don't.
Yeah.
I missed what I really liked about it was the event.
Yeah,
I like the thing that was like, hey, this is happening. Let's all watch it together, type of thing.
It's a show.
Yeah,
somebody's putting on a show,
and everybody did it. It was so phony.
Yeah, that's the part of is that over talking theater enunciation.
True, and that's all in there. You know what? It was like. It was essentially like. If you ever go to a theme park and you watch like their Waterworld thing, where it's like we've got to get these criminals, and then they run away, and all of a sudden it's just to blow shit up and have a whale jump through a flaming hoop, and you're just like, oh, okay, well I guess the acting is just kind of incidental to this production.
It's like watching Sticks do Kilroy.
Oh my god!
What was Tommy Shaw? There's some really funny. Steve Dahl used to play it all the time. It was an audio clip of part of the Kilroy production, and Tommy was doing some dialogue, and he's like, damn it, and it's like this awful dialogue. It's like that.
Here is your soup. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo.
Zack.
Here is your soup. God damn, we have to do that. We have to make it happen. We got to create robot delivering soups. I'm sorry, hold on.
Robot delivering soup.
I just changed the whole business.
That's a whole nother thing, dude.
Here is your robot. Is that
I don't think the soup would have a robot voice. It'd be more gurgly. Dude, don't spit water on my microphone.
I kind of did. I'm sorry. I'm glad I got it on you got a soggy windsock.
Dude, I was doing this water.
I actually used water.
You went with your method acting. I went with don't.
Carry your robot.
See, not gonna understand what you're saying.
Dude, I can't. But I did. Your windsock is fucking gross right now. I apologize.
Dude.
I just soaked it up.
I just had to get a new windsock. Now I got to get another one because you gurgled on it.
It's wind soaked. So yeah, I wanted you to watch it just because I wanted to talk to you about it. But I mean, I guess you get the vibe of it. You know,
I did.
It was just,
I saw 30-second snippets, minute snippets.
but it was just again, it was the. But I will say this though.
Rizzo hot.
Well, it's
Oh, that
Vanessa,
was Vanessa Hudgens.
It's Vanessa Hudgens. I mean, if you think Vanessa Hudgens is hot,
I don't know. I was just curious. I didn't actually see any music production.
You know what? I don't care how old she is. Like, she's always gonna look like she's fucking 18.
No, that's Selena Gomez. Looks like she's 5. And
Agreed.
They keep trying to project her as
She's all sexy and she got her
I'm like,
chubby
no.
face.
She looks like a 5. You could put a 5-year-old head.
Well, Vanessa Hudgens can't, because I mean, she's naked all over the internet. You know what I mean? There's tons of naked pictures because she did that thing where she
I
like,
remember.
she was like, "Oops, there's naked selfies of me that got released. Sorry, Disney. I guess I can't do your show anymore," because she wanted to make the branch out into being an adult. And then she did that fucking movie with James Franco where it was like her and 8 chicks basically eating each other out while James Franco played a pimp or whatever the fuck.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's some. I didn't see it either. So maybe I got the plot wrong.
Maybe that was just in your head.
Could be. But it was some movie where I think Larry Clark did it, or it looked like a Larry Clark movie, but like a bad knockoff of a Larry Clark movie. Like they're 4 girls in bikinis, and then they're with James Franco, and then they wind up going to spring break, and then they're doing Molly, and wackiness ensues.
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you. Spring something. I don't know. But yeah, but no matter what, she's too young. You know, you can't look at her and say she's hot because she's just
Well, I guess
so.
that's the point of the Grease thing. They're all young kids from my daughter recognized a couple of them. Like the
Yeah.
guy playing Kanicki's from Big Time Rush,
Okay.
and this guy was from Glee, and this guy was
The Kanicki
from,
was terrible.
yeah,
he was terrible. There was a scene in the fucking malt shop where he makes a sandwich and he has to eat the sandwich, and even that he did like arduously. It was just like
Kanicki didn't eat a sandwich.
Kanicki eats a sandwich in this one, and then Rizzo kind of busts his balls, and he
Oh wait, he
it drips
takes
out
a
of his
big
mouth.
bite out of the hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the movie.
Yeah, but I mean, it was so mannered. I hated it. Oh, whatever.
You know what it does? It just reinforces how cool Travolta was in the 70s. It just when you see somebody play a part that you know. I mean, Travolta's a goof now. I mean, he's a goof.
Yeah, but
Back in the day,
he was fucking awesome.
regardless of what he turned out to be, those 2 movies back to back, Saturday Night Fever and Grease. I mean, come on, that guy was just the shit.
Well, it's fun. Jill was at my house last week, and we were at home, and I was like, "What do you want to watch? You want to watch Murder, or you want to watch?"
You want to watch Murder?
Well, because we always
Yeah,
watch
I know,
murder
yeah.
shows. And she's like, "Well, I don't know." And you want to watch a movie? And she's like, "I don't know." I said, "Honey, I have like a million movies that I actually have on my DVR that I'm saving for her. And then we've got the Roku. We got just this fucking bottomless pit of movies to watch." So I finally went, you know what? I go, fuck this.
We're watching Urban Cowboy.
We watched Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
Because she had seen Hateful Eight with me at the movies, and then I was like, I didn't know if I was going to show them to her in order, and if she saw dogs, if she'd be turned off by it. And I was
Pulp's
like,
a
you know
good
what?
choice.
Yeah, you got to see The Home Run. She's got to see The Home Run, and she's fucking mesmerized by it. It was great. She loved it, and he again having to revisiting the music for Pat's show.
Yeah.
Threw me back into Tarantino world, and then watching Pulp after, it's one of those movies that whenever it's on, I'll leave it on and I'll watch part of it and stuff. But then when you watch it again from beginning to end, it's just fucking magical. Like every minute of that movie is goddamn magical. When Christopher Walken shows up to do the fucking watch speech, because I was just thinking about, because here's something that Hateful Eight is missing, and you and I talked a little bit about it, and when I got to talking to Pat about it, it was a music show, so I couldn't really talk about the movie so much. But you know what Hateful Eight, like I said, it's the first movie where I felt like Tarantino was kind of trying.
Yeah.
And I need to see it again to see if that still holds. But here's what's missing in Hateful Eight: the magic of a performance you didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson.
You know he's going to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kurt Russell is Kurt Russell. And Jennifer Jason Leigh does a really great job, but she's also so buried deep in the character, there's nothing that makes you go, whoa. Jackie Brown, dude, fucking Pam Grier and Robert Forster are astonishing in it. Robert Forster is so good. And in Pulp, Travolta is this revelation where you're like, oh my God. You know what I mean? He just re-arrives, and all of them have that. Django has, Jamie Foxx doing things where he has a character arc, and DiCaprio is unbelievable in it. Inglourious Bastards, dude, Mike Myers shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and has this
plays an
tiny,
English guy, yeah.
and he has this really tiny part, and you're like, oh yeah,
that's really good. Yeah,
that's why in Pulp, Christopher Walken, you're like, holy shit,
comes in
this,
and drops that. Yeah,
yeah. And in David Carradine in Kill Bill 1 and 2. I mean, he just the reinvigoration of people and giving them amazing things to do and then go and being able to bear full acting powers on it. It's so fucking amazing to watch. And in Hateful Eight, the guy you're hoping to do that is Bruce Dern, but he doesn't get nearly enough to do.
Yeah.
So you're waiting.
You're waiting for somebody to give you that moment where you go, people are going to remember this.
Yeah. And it's just kind of, because the dialogue's great, the movie's still real good, but the magic that you get in all of his other movies is kind of gone. And because even in Kill Bill, like the actress who plays Gogo, like you have no idea who the fuck that is, but you never forget her ever. Yeah. And Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Basterds, you're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Because again, he finds that dude, puts him in an English movie, an American movie, and you're like, Jesus Christ, who the fuck is that dude? He speaks 4 different languages in the movie. He's astonishingly good the whole time, and you're just like, my god, he gives these people careers where then people then go, oh yeah, we should. That's the thing Tarantino does, is he finds dudes, and then everybody else goes, oh yeah, we should use that guy. Instead of casting the same 6 people instead of having Seth Rogen in his underwear and Jonah Hill laughing at him. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be mean about that. If that's what people want to see, that's great. But so that's what Hateful Eight is missing. It's missing the magic of something unexpected, something you did not see coming.
So she liked Pulp Fiction.
Loved it.
Because of Travolta.
She loved him. She loved all of it. The fact that it was told non-linear, and she dug, she totally got the scene in the pawn shop.
Yeah.
It's happening, and then she just goes, oh my god,
what's a gimp?
She goes, what are they? That's exactly it. She goes, who is that guy? And I go, that's their gimp. And she's like, and he just lives in the floor? I'm like, yeah, kind of.
Russell's old room.
He lives, and that's what I said. And so then I was expanding on that with her, because again, you're rediscovering. Yeah. So I go, my favorite part, honey, is they call that Russell's old room. Who is Russell? Who the fuck is Russell? Where is he? What did they do back there in Russell's old room? Was he? Yeah. And she totally got it. It was great. And then also watching it, you forget, because we all remember the adrenaline shot to the heart. We remember the Jack Rabbit Slims, because she even said, she just looks at Jack Rabbit Slims as it's going through, and she just finally goes, is that a real place? And I go, nope.
Wish.
I go, he invented that completely for the movie. I go, he invented the Red Apple cigarettes. He invented all this stuff, and he invented Big Kahuna Burger. I mean, you'd forget all, and that's what I'm saying. That shit is magic. And in Hateful Eight, it's a bunch of people shouting at each other in a cabin, and they do it very well, and it's done very eloquently, but you wish he would kind of climb out of himself a little bit. He has to make his next movie has to be a modern movie. It has to be, even if he adapts something like Rum Punch like he did for Jackie Brown, if he comes back into the real world a little bit.
Instead of going a period piece or something.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it, but he's made a war movie. He's made, he basically made his martial arts films.
Yeah. Maybe he does the Robot Soup movie.
Wait, hold on. We're making a movie now?
It's got to eventually be a movie.
I'm just selling soup to strangers.
Yeah,
but now you're talking about
the mascot. When he breaks out, he's going to have to be in a movie. Maybe him and Will Ferrell.
Is he going to be like, what's he going to look like? Is he like Five Alive, like Johnny Five Alive in fucking, in that movie?
I don't know.
Short Circuit?
I kind of picture him like that old school robot, like Iron Giant, or like the guy in the cover of the Queen News of the World album.
Oh, don't say that.
Why?
I can't believe, I thought we talked about this. Dude,
we might have.
Dude, Family Guy did an episode where Stewie is petrified of that robot.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. No.
And when it aired, I was just like, in my head, I wanted to find Seth MacFarlane and just shake his hand because I was
afraid of that?
Dude, scared to death.
Because it had such a weird, sad look on its face.
That's what Stewie says throughout the whole episode. He just goes, "Why is it sad?" and he's like so upset, and I'm laughing, and at the same time I'm like, "Yes, yeah,
somebody
exactly.
else gets it."
Finally, he goes, "Why does it have human eyes? And why is it sad? It's a robot. It's already killed Queen. Isn't that enough?" Like he's oh my god, dude. And all of the things it said were things that I thought when I saw the album. I was like, Jesus Christ, because it's so horribly sad, and you don't expect it, and he's so scared of it, so Brian keeps scaring him with it. He paints it on his wall.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, you got to see it, dude.
That's funny.
And again, it was just and it's just a knockoff, one of those things where, the reason I loved it too is because I know that's just something he's held on to since childhood. And then in the writers' room, one of them went, "Hey man, I'm totally scared of that album, like the fucking Queen News of the World album," and they just wrote it up.
Yeah,
it's like the cowbell sketch. Like I said, Adam McKay was listening to fucking Don't Fear the Reaper, and he's hearing the ding ding in the background, and he just went, "Yeah, man, that's a fucking lot of cowbell." And then he wrote the sketch, dude. That's what I mean is I love those ideas that come out of fucking nowhere,
like robots.
Yeah, like so. There you go, like soup delivered to your house by a robot. And that just became because I was mad at Blue Apron for sending me a fucking food puzzle. Just cook my food, dude.
Yeah, that was in the stretch where you wanted to avoid as much work as you could. You didn't want to cook your own meal. You didn't want to answer an email. You didn't want to. You wanted me to resend you stuff that you already had.
So basically, all my life, basically, is what you're saying. The fact that I don't want to show my work or do the stuff. All right, good. So yeah, I wanted you to watch the Grease thing just so you get it. But I mean, you've got the vibe of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, though, the thing I did miss and the thing I really enjoyed was the fact that it was like everybody was watching the same thing at once, sort of deal.
Yeah, like it was old fashioned, like Ed Sullivan. You sit around the television on Sunday night.
Yeah, when there were three channels, and I was in Chicago. I was in Wisconsin. I'm in the Midwest, watching it at Jill's. And then when it ended, I go, wait a minute, are they going to do this again for the West Coast? Like absolutely, because I will say this: as bad as the acting, and they did this, and there were two mistakes, by the way, that happened because it was live TV.
Oh, good. There
were two mistakes because that was the thing I was going to say. The cutest thing is Jill wakes up like 2/3 through it, and she just goes, "Honey, you're still watching this?" And she goes, "Did anybody fall yet?"
Yeah,
like that was what she wanted.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
That's all she asked. Did anybody fall yet? I said no, but there were two mistakes. One. At the end, when they're at the carnival, the coach's face is in the pie thing.
Yeah.
And the T-Birds can't hit him because they're not athletes. And then Eugene hits him in the face with the pie. He missed him. So
he's a real nerd in real life.
Basically, he throws it. Well, he's also wearing a leather jacket, so I mean, it doesn't hurt or help. So he throws it, and it hit the wall, and a little bit of cream hit the coach in the face. And the coach goes, "Close enough, Eugene." So it was like he totally played it off.
You're a great pitcher.
Exactly.
No, you're not. You just missed my face with a pie.
But you know what? They didn't do him any favors because they literally had a face-shaped thing. I was like, and it was also a whipped cream on a plate, so there was no heft to it.
And he probably did it every time in rehearsal, and they never even thought twice about it.
So he chili dipped that, but then the other one that he chili dipped is also Mario Lopez was there, Vince Fontaine.
Oh, the DJ?
Yes.
All right.
And sure enough, when he showed up, because he was talking, he had makeup on, and then Jill just goes, "Is that him?" I go, "Is Mario Lopez your guy?" She goes, "No." And I go, "Do you like him?" She goes, "No, I thought that was him." And I go, "That's him." I go, "Come on, honey. They had to get a Mexican in here at some point." Because they had the fucking Indian dude, the Asian chick, they had all those different, and so sure enough, the Mexican dude shows up. But he made the most glaring mistake. So he comes out in the beginning and does his whole rap and all this, and then before the hand jive, they take a break. They go to commercial. Like when he throws it to commercial, this word from our sponsors, he legitimately throws it, and they go to real commercials. And he comes back and he goes, "Welcome back to American Bandstand." Where were they? And he said,
"Can't say it." Yeah.
But he said
National Band.
Exactly, National Bandstand. But he says American Bandstand on the. He said it when they came back from commercial. And I went, whoa. He said American Bandstand. I go, "It's National Bandstand." And Jill's just like, "I'm sleeping. I don't know what you're talking about." I go, "No, he just made a mistake." And she's just like, "Oh, did anybody fall yet?" I'm like, "No, not yet."
Nobody fell during the hand jive dance routine?
Nobody. Dude,
Who was Sha-Na Na?
Well, this is the Jonas Brothers. Or at least Joe.
Come on.
Dude, that was the thing. Is like
at least have the 50s band. At least have somebody.
Bass player's got a mohawk last night. That was the thing where
Slim
I'm just
Jim
like,
Phantom?
Dude, straight up bass player mohawk. And Joe Jonas has, he's got that fucking blonde tinted highlights in his hair and shit. And it was just,
that's bullshit.
Well, they were appealing to young people.
Screw the youth.
Agreed. Grease is not for the youth. It's for us. It's for gay men and us.
Yes.
Yeah. So people our age, and when they showed that band, and I'm just like, I saw the Mohawk dude, and I was like, but then they had the black coach and the black pink lady, and again, I understand you're trying hard to reach out. Did they play the same
songs? Because the Sha-Na Na part of that is all established songs, like "Tears on My Pillow."
No.
Hand Jive.
Hand Jive they played.
Hound Dog.
No.
So what did they play?
They played new compositions for or maybe they're from the play. Maybe I don't fucking know.
But were they rock and roll songs?
Yeah, essentially. No. Yeah, I mean they had, but they weren't like 50s style.
See, they would have been
but they were kind of. I can't explain, but they certainly were not anything I knew.
I'm glad I didn't watch this. I would have got mad.
You're already mad.
I hate plays. Plays.
I understand that until you see a really good play, and then you're like, holy shit.
Like if I sat and saw something amazing, like a real, like Death of a Salesman or something.
Like if you would have seen God of Carnage with fucking Gandolfini, you'd be like, oh Jesus, or Burn This with John Malkovich. You'd be like, holy Lord.
But when I see, Meet Me in St. Louis and bang, 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 clang, clang, clang
with the trolley, ding, ding, ding with the bell.
Whatever are we going to do? I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I don't like the way things are breaking right now.
Shut up. This isn't real.
I agree that because that's what last night
Blaze.
was corn. It was straight
Yeah.
up corn, and any of the interaction with the T-Birds was so just like in the movie. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
fucking terrible. You know what I mean? You wind up hating them, but it was supposed to. That's the thing is I was like, that's why I said it was awful, but it was great because it was supposed to be corny as fuck, and it was absolutely corny as fuck.
You guys can't play father leader your whole lives.
Dude, the guy was doing Travolta too. When he was doing Zuko.
Was he?
It was just
Because the part I saw, he was awful. Was
Well,
in the car when he was going to give Sandy his ring and the driving.
But let's talk about that for just a second. I haven't seen, I saw the movie, but dude, Sandy's a cunt. Like, I mean, and I don't mean that in like a terrible way.
Cunt in a good way.
Oh, all right, maybe it's in a bad way. But last night, like Sandy, like she broke up with him like 5 different times, and she totally ran away. And
Yeah.
she's like and she like he gave her his ring.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to kiss her, and she's like, take this hunk of tin back, and she goes
Well,
to run
no,
away.
he was in the movie. He thought as soon as he gave her the ring, he
Well,
could
yeah, he was doing it to
molest
nail
her.
her. Well, sure. But he put his arm around her, and then he kind of like leaned forward like he was going to do. He was
Yeah.
staring at her boobs or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And then she was like, she got all mad and she stormed off. And that's why she stranded him at the
Sandy,
drive-in.
stranded at the drive-in.
Branded a fool.
What will they say?
Monday at school.
Dum, dum. You know what I hate about the whole? Think about the concept of Grease.
Yes.
Just the movie. What's the whole message there? If you want the guy of your dreams, you got to turn into a whore.
Yes.
Think about
No doubt, yeah.
Because she's sitting up at Thunder Road and she's like all sad and she realizes the only way she's going to get Danny is if she tarts it up.
And she tells Rizzo that, and Rizzo's like, I think we got
Yeah,
some
I
tricks.
got
And she's
whore
like,
clothes.
Frenchie, we got a new victim. Yeah, we can whore you out. And the
I got
funny part
assless
is,
chaps.
because Danny changes for her.
Yeah.
He's got the Letterman sweater
like
on. And he's
Gift
like,
of the
finally.
Magi.
And then there was a scene too where in the middle of "You're the One That I Want," he like kind of goes down her body. He's staring directly into her box, like that last night on the show. Like there was no like interaction where there was no secret about
He
it.
could have said crotch. He didn't.
No, dude, he fucking goes down on a knee. No, this look was a box look. This was not a crotch look. We've all looked at a crotch look. This guy was staring deep within her. He was looking for a Zuko in the womb. I mean, he was like there, man.
I'm staring at your box.
Yeah, he's like, can I see your pussy uvula? I seriously, I want to see it. And so he was like, he got on a knee and he didn't even look up at her like to make eye contact. Like he was just totally staring right into her fucking leather clad box. And I'm like, yeah, good for you, Zuko. That's the way to go. But he totally changes for her. Exactly. He changes for her. He's got the Letterman sweater on. And then she's there in the suit, and then he throws the Letterman sweater away. But so yeah, it's like become a whore. That's the whole deal. Well, also there's the line in the beginning where he's like, "Tell me more. Did she put up a fight?" Like literally, like, and Zuko's just like, "Haha, yeah, man." She's like, because he totally raped some chick. Or
No, he did. The whole concept of that is that he's making his.
Yes, I understand that. He's trying to make them think that. But the point is, it's such shorthand.
They asked him if she
They
put
ask
up a
him,
fight because
hey,
they usually do.
That's it. Usually these chicks put up a fight. So that's why he's like, hey, did she put up a fight? Ha ha ha. You know that time like when we pinned her down and fingered her, all of us? Remember that chick last year? We put a T-Bird finger train on her? We just all fucking pinned her down with our body weight and we fucking lost our class rings inside of her. We jammed our fingers up inside of her. T-Bird finger train. That's why that cheerleader chick is so sour, man. They totally finger blasted the shit out of her. They got her in a dark place and they ran a T-Bird finger train at her. That's not fun. Tell me more, tell me more. Did she put up a fight? Down, doobie-doo, doobie-doo. Here's my thumb inside you, down, doobie-doo, doobie-doo. Here's my thumb inside you.
She swam by me. She got a cramp.
Yeah, and then he fucking held her under the water until she fucking blew him. The T-Birds are not good guys.
That's hysterical.
So yeah, dude. Fucking, but that's the thing is you hear that in the words, and you're like,
Yeah.
did she put up a fight? And I'm like, oh man, that's kind of awful. Yeah, she put up a fight. Then she called the local sheriff and he left her and told her to calm down. What is it, your time of month? Go home and talk to your parents and do your homework.
We made out under the dock.
Exactly. Yeah. Dude.
We stayed out till 10 o'clock.
No, and you know exactly.
So who's right?
Who's right? What?
Is Sandy telling the truth about their summer fling?
In the beginning?
The whole story. You got Sandy's side and you got Danny's side. Danny's is all how he got in her pants and everything, and Sandy's is all innocent and nothing happened.
Yeah, no, they're bullshit. It was all Sandy. She's right.
She's right.
Zuko,
So she's not. She's not protecting her reputation.
No, fuck no.
She's telling the truth. Zuko's the dick.
Yeah,
All right.
he's a jagoff, and he's trying to make the T-Birds think he's more than he is.
You know, rocking and rolling and whatnot.
Oh, it's so bad, dude. But like, yeah, that's the thing is because even if they ran a T-bird finger train on her and she goes to tell the cops would be like, oh, you need to settle down, Missy. Go home and cook a meal for all those T-birds. You know what I mean? Like, you should go make them a pie and make them your friend. I mean, like, you couldn't. It's the 50s. And again, honestly, now though, that's the same way it is for women. Nothing's fucking changed. Yeah. Literally, you could write a raps version of it and say, did she put up a fight? And everybody go, yeah, exactly. It totally fits. Terrible.
In this play last night was Sandy from Australia.
Nope. Oh. She might have been, but she didn't carry the accent.
No,
through.
I'm just saying they did that for the movie.
There was a thing also like and again maybe I don't remember because it's been a while since I've seen Grease. In the movie did Sandy not want to be on? Because I never could remember why Cha Cha danced with Danny.
What do you mean?
Remember when Cha Cha and Danny win the hand jive contest because Sandy runs away?
Sandy doesn't run away in the movie. In the movie, Sonny's drunk because Marty's one of the pink ladies. She blows him off for Vince Fontaine.
Yes, that happened last night.
So he gets drunk and he somehow in the movie he wanders out on the dance floor.
He bumps into Sandy and
he kind of grabs her and pretends to dance with her and takes her off screen and then Cha-Cha comes out and basically so Travolta and this Cha-Cha girl can do this
amazing
really
fucking
dance,
thing. Yeah. And she does that and when she I remember I can clearly see her taking the floor. Yeah. Well, in the play or whatever the fuck happened last night,
whatever you want to call it last night,
Sandy, and again, I'll get to that in a second. But Sandy, she basically her whole backstory is that she lied to her parents.
Yeah, I don't know if that could be from the play.
Yeah, she lied to her parents, and so she didn't want to be on the TV cameras because then they would see she was at a dance, and she's not supposed to be at a dance.
Maybe that's from the actual Broadway. I mean, there's Grease the play from like 1970 or 71 or whatever it was, and then there's the movie which completely changed it all, and then there's this play last night that.
I'll say this for myself because I'm a genius. You know who the Frankie Valli was last night?
The what's it called? Your story's sad to tell.
Those dudes, beauty school dropouts. When I saw them, I went, "Hey, is that?" And I knew who it was. It was crazy.
Boyz II Men.
Yes. But I knew it was them when I saw them, which I was proud of myself.
All of them were the guys?
Yes.
See, in the movie, it's Frankie Avalon.
Exactly.
One guy.
But no, it was fucking Boyz II Men. And I go, hey, I think that's Boyz II Men.
That's
and
cool.
I felt pretty proud of myself because that's just like, because there's one less dude, and it's because the other three ate him. Apparently they were trapped on a desert island somewhere. They were trapped on Doo-Wop Island, and they fucking totally had to eat their fourth member to stay alive.
That's what happened to those guys. Hey, where's one of the tokens? They ate them. Yeah. They were on Doo-Wop Island.
Well, they ate the Whispers first.
Welcome to Doo-Wop Island. Your skills will be tested.
We began to rock, ding, ding, ding. Steady, steady, rocking all night long. Eat them!
You have honored us with your presence at Doo-Wop Island.
What happened to Tony? Well, we ate Tony and Tony. Tony's around here somewhere, though. Dude, we totally ate Guy and Blackstreet.
Suddenly, I want to leave your island.
Dude, I like the idea. Yeah, let's combine that. Let's get Doo-Wop Island and put them all out there and they got to fight to survive and live.
If you lose, you get eaten.
That's fucking great.
Who ate a coaster?
Literally, you just come back in a month and there's just a fat Luther Vandross on the fucking beach. That's if we would have done it when he was alive, he would have totally, come on, because that's his deal. Yeah. I mean, he put on the weight and then he lost it. And then all of a sudden he's fucking dead. Not all of a sudden. He kind of just, he died all of a sudden. Jesus Christ, I just bumped the mic.
Yeah, you did.
So it was fun to watch, you know what I mean? Because I dug it, but it was horrendously bad. And then, like, Jill says, hey, did you know that one of their dads died today?
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, but and she's like, who? I said, who? And then she said it was the Rizzo. And I was like, oh my God, Vanessa Hudgens' dad died? Yeah. And then here's my favorite part. Jill just goes, well, he had stage 4 cancer, so he probably couldn't have watched it anyway. I was like, oh, well, I'm sure that's probably the last thing he was thinking of, but all right. But
I got to miss Grease.
Oh.
I think Amazon's delivering something.
Might be.
Could be our soup.
Could be the producers of Grease telling us to shut the fuck up. The play, the movie, anything. The people from last night. Because I will say this. I wanted to... we're kind of shitting on it, which is fine, but it was fucking technically perfect. That was the thing
Yeah,
that
that's
nobody felt.
that's hard to
Dude,
do.
it was
Yeah.
3 hours of a
Yeah.
live broadcast, constantly changing. Dude, they did the drag race, the grease riding drag race, but that was terrible. You know, it was all this with light and wind machines and shit like that.
Wasn't like fake cars.
Yeah, no, it was just two
Profiles
cars.
of cardboard cutout cars.
Literally, no, two cars side by side, but they just kept doing camera angles differently. And then all of a sudden they showed the hood pull ahead of the other, like the front
Yeah.
of it when he hit the nitrous. And it was unbelievably technically perfect. Everything was great. The singing and the acting, the singing was great. None of it was sour at all. The acting is silly because the show is silly, but holy fuck. Dude, the choreography and everything else, what a fucking achievement. I can't even imagine they put it together, and they had to be so proud. And that's why I was wondering if they were doing it again for the West Coast, because it ended, and then, the West Coast wasn't watching it live. So I'm wondering if they did it live for the West Coast as well. I didn't do any research. But then, of course, on Twitter, all my friends are comedians and stuff on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So then my Twitter feed starts going crazy with all of the people who were watching it and making fun of it. But
So they were making fun of it.
yeah, well, the end of it, I even because in the movie, look, the Grease movie has the stupidest ending of all time. We can agree on that.
Did you ever
right?
see that thing? There was something on Facebook that a guy said, "You'll never look at this movie the same." What do they call it when somebody like has a theory about a movie being something else, and then there's probably a name for it. I don't know what it is, but this guy was saying that his theory was that she really did almost drown at the beginning, and the Grease movie is all her. She's in the throes of death, and she has this death fantasy of meeting Danny back at her school, and then at the end when the car goes off in the sky, she's
She's going to heaven.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it's like at the beginning it was true. She did, I saved a life. She nearly drowned. Yeah, she did. She drowned. She nearly drowned, and then she did drown. And while she was about to die, she had all this dream of meeting Danny at Rydell, and
So it's like the Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Of Grease. Like,
I just thought that was kind of funny.
I see harmonizing people.
I see 35-year-old people playing teenagers.
Well, because the end of it is so dumb when the car flies into the sky.
We go together.
And so in this one, because I was wondering how they were going to end
Yeah.
it, but they basically ended it where they ran out of the studio, they broke the fourth wall, and they got on the trams. I think it was at Universal Studios, is where it looked like wherever they were filming it, and they got on the trams and they drove around, and then they drove to a real carnival, and there was a studio audience out there cheering, and they got to do curtain calls and dance and cartwheels and all that other nonsense.
Was that when in the movie when they came out of the school, or because when they came out of the school there was the carnival?
Yeah.
That's that. Oh, so they broke the fourth wall.
Yeah, because you could clearly see they were on a back
Yeah,
lot,
right,
and they hopped on trams, and the trams drove them to the carnival with a studio audience. And it's funny because I don't want a sequel to Grease now, of course, because they're 1,000 years old. But if they would have done it then, like it would have been. They should have done one like later once Travolta got big, and then like Danny Zuko meeting Sandy's parents. Can you imagine that fucking thing happening? Because she's this Australian virgin.
Like parents.
he said that in the show last night. That line was in there.
I don't like tea.
Yeah.
I don't like parents.
But what if you're Sandy's parents and you're sitting at home and you've sent your Australian daughter off to America to go get an education?
I think they stayed. Weren't they there?
And then she comes home with a fucking hood? Like, that's got to be terrifying, right?
He comes home with a hood.
Yeah, fucking Zuko's a hood. There's no doubt. He's like a fucking terrible dude.
You know what? Zuko and the T-Birds were us. And that Scarface dude, what was this? The
Balmuto?
Scorpions? Yeah.
He's Balmuto and fucking Grease.
Those are the tough guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're the T-Birds there. So we're not as, we're not
Well,
really,
no,
we're a
'cause
gang, but we're not going to, we're not going to scare anybody.
But I refuse to be the T-Birds. They're just fucking awfully uncool. Zuko's the only cool one. And look, we might not be cool, but we're not fucking dorks.
Yeah, we are.
Well, but we are kind of dorks. We're not like dorks to the world.
Oh, okay.
But that's the real victims in this whole thing are Sandy's parents.
Why?
Okay, what do you mean why? Dude, she's fucking dating some ridiculous fucking greaser guy in a leather jacket who's obviously knocked over liquor stores and all this other bullshit. He's going to knock her up with a fucking doo-wop baby? Nobody wants that fucking shit.
Doo-wop Island?
That's terrible. Yeah, and then he'll go out there and he gets eaten. Imagine if you're Sandy's parents. You're in Australia. Right. You got shrimps on the Barbie. You're watching Sheila's on a walkabout. You're doing all the things they do down there. You got a wallaby, you got a kangaroo, and you're waiting for your virginal blonde daughter to come home from America. And then you're in the house. You're in your shack. You're in your fucking Adobe hut, whatever the fuck they live in down there.
House?
Yeah. Oh, maybe a house. I don't know. Maybe they call that a house. That's not a house. No, that's a house. And they're waiting for their virginal daughter to graduate high school and come back. They send her over as an exchange student. And first of all, it's tragedy right away. She gets there. She's swimming. She gets a cramp. She nearly drowns.
He saved her life.
That's what I heard. And then they don't realize that all of a sudden she gets tricked out into this leather outfit and fucking she turns into a whore to try to steal him.
Yeah.
So they're in their house just waiting for her to come home. She's just been writing him and says, "Hey, I've got a big surprise for you." And then they're there in their house waiting for him to arrive, waiting for her to come home and bring this man home. And all of a sudden you just get her knock on the door. You're Sandy's parents. You open it up, expecting to see the virginal girl that you sent away to America. And what do you get right in your face? Here is your soup.
Your Australian soup.
So I sympathize with them. You guys can get me at mike@mikesmithcomedy.com. You guys can follow me at twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. Be my friend at facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. Find me there. I'm there. I'm doing things. I'm always up there writing things on Facebook and Twitter and enjoying the life that I've led as a comedian person, sort of. Our friend Dave Hernandez. Hi, Dave.
Hello.
We're in his basement. You can write him and ask him how the sound compressor or whatever works in his basement.
I don't even know what happened. 1 minute we were talking like aliens and robots, and I don't know what happened.
He does all of the music and all of the artwork for this show, all the good stuff. You know, I come in and I yammer, but he comes in and does all the cool stuff that frames it and makes it good. If you want to find him, you can be his friend at facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. You can find him at artbydmh.com. That's his website, where you can buy previously created artwork from him, his Valscapes, his Guy Cons, or you can commission him to do some private artwork for you. That's right, filth.
That's not art of your privates.
Just, and it could be.
All right.
If they make an offer big enough, why wouldn't you?
It's been a while.
Yeah. If you're just like, dude, I totally want my baby house immortalized in watercolors, then go ahead.
My leather-clad box painted.
There you go.
My Sandy box.
I need my number 31 painted. You go ahead and contact him because again, the man wants money. Because we need some seed money to go ahead and get our fucking robot
built the
business.
robot first.
Here is your soap.com. So go ahead and go to artbydmh.com. That's artbydmh.com. Remember, Ryan Dirks does all the web stuff for the show. I think. I don't know. I keep saying I owe him a text. Well, guess what? I sent him a bunch of stuff and I haven't heard from him yet. What the fuck, Ryan? He's probably out milking a goat. But you can find him at facebook.com/Ryan Dirks. And then our friend Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show. She does amazing work. And she was just in Vegas working this past weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But if you want to, well, again, there's all sorts of stuff. You can find her at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp. You can't be your friend there, but you can go ahead and look at her page and marvel at it.
Why can't you be your friend anymore?
She's full up.
What does that mean?
You got a limit. You only got like 5,000 and she's got it.
There's a limit to how many friends you can have?
Believe so. And
it's 5,000?
I believe it's that, but let's put it this way, either it's a Facebook imposed limit or it's a Lily Von Stupp imposed limit, but she told me, she's like, I'm full up. I'm not accepting friends anymore. And I'm like, I don't know if she can or she can't. Because I know it's 5,000 because I know our friend Jackie Cation, friend of the show, she had a personal page and she got the 5,000 friends and she had to write a thing that said, look, I can't, just go like my public page if you want to meet me, because she got too big.
5,000.
Yeah, that's how it works. I'm halfway there.
I'm one
in a million years
of a way. I don't know. Everybody I know, so
go to Lily Von Stupp, facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp, and look there and marvel at all of her friends and wonder why you can't be one. Follow her at several different Twitter accounts, twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, twitter.com/MNTs, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/Boobdini. But if you'd like to write a personal note and find out just where Boobdini pulled that bouquet of flowers out of, you can write her at lily@burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili. I almost couldn't think of the word bouquet. At burlesque411.com.
Summer loving had me a blast.
Summer loving happened so fast.
I met a girl crazy for me.
Met a boy cute as can be.
Summer days drifting away to all the summer nights. Tell me more, did you get very far?
Tell me more, what does he have record?
Affirmative.
life, she nearly drowned.
He showed up, splashing around.
Summer sun, something's begun. Whoa, oh, the summer nights.
Tell me more, was it love at first sight?
Tell me more, did she put up a fight?
Get off of me.
Took a bowling in the arcade.
We went strolling, drank lemonade.
We made out under the dock.
We stayed out till 2200 hours.
Summer fling don't mean a thing, but oh, the summer night. Tell me more, but you don't gotta brag.
Tell me more, cause he sounds like a drag. Shoot-a-bop-bop, 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 yeah!
He got friendly, holding my hand.
When she got friendly down in the sand,
He was sweet, just turned 18.
but she was good, you know what I mean. Summer heat, boy and girl meet, but oh, the summer night.
Tell me more, and let's go to this bed.
2250.
She got me a friend.
It turned colder, that's where it ends.
So I told her we'd still be friends.
Then we made our true love vow.
Wonder what she's doing now. Summer
Dreams
ripped at
the seams.
but
Oh,
those
summer Here is your soup.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. How'd you like that song that just played? That's a song Dave did special for this week, isn't it?
You dick. What?
I don't know. Do something.
It's
Do what
either
I
going to
say.
be Grease or robot songs.
I'm all over it.
I'm going to do the robot singing a Grease song. Maybe you just already heard that.
You're gonna
I
hurt
don't
your
know.
throat. You're totally gonna hurt your fucking
No,
throat.
I'll put that thing on. That
the flange.
Yeah, that thing that made her voice sound like a
I'd
robot.
do that. That'd be funny. Or do Mr. Roboto in a 50s doo-wop version. I demand you write things differently.
my God.
You must work hard.
Stranded at the drive-in.
Branded a fool.
What will they say?
Sunday at
school.
My robot goes to school on Sunday, apparently.
You're Christian.
Sandy.
Here's your soup. Now we can hand jive, baby.
Go Grease Lightning, go run the country mile. Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning.
Oh, God.
I got chills. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control. Though the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. I better shape up. Oh, God. I literally would do that for an hour. I'm not even fucking joking. How sad is that?
That's stupid.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Did she put up a fight?
Why, this car is automatic. Systematic. Hydromatic. Why, it's Grease Lightning.
Boom, 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 dun, 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 dun. So, folks, God, I literally, do you know how hard it is to not do that? Like, that's all I want to do.
It's so stupid.
Beauty school dropout.
No, that's not Danny Zuko.
Doesn't matter.
The robot plays all the parts?
Yeah.
One-man show?
Robot Grease? Dude. You You have to do the whole fucking album. Let's do Robot Grease.
That'll be the interlude this year.
God damn it, Robot Grease is an
Robot
awesome
Grease.
idea. All right, so
Dude.
she swam by me. She got a cramp.
He was splashing up my suit, damn. I saved her life. She nearly drowned.
Nobody likes this. Literally nobody but you and I.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's why I'm fucking doing it. It's perfect. All right, so the Monday Night Tease. Go see that. Go see. I'm sure there's a naked robot or something. Every week it's at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. Go check it out. It's amazing stuff. It's so fun. Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show and that show. If you go to facebook.com/Monday Night Tease, you can go ahead and check it out and see what shows are coming and become a fan of that page. Then you'll see like naked photos and all sorts of cool stuff. You'll see upcoming lineups. You'll be able to look at older past lineups and see those photos from those shows and realize what you missed and realize, I don't want to miss this ever again. And then you'll buy all the tickets. And where can you get those, you ask? Brown paper tickets, of course.
Okay.
Go to brownpapertickets.com and look up Lily Von Stupp or look up Monday Night Tease, and she's got all that stuff happening, and it's available there. And then those are cool. Why are you doing a Stevie Wonder head?
I got a headache.
All right, you're moving your head side to side.
Yeah, I think it's from laughing.
Oh, that's the best kind of headache.
Oh,
sir.
yeah, that or when you get a cramp in your side. You ever get a cramp in your side from laughing?
Yes.
Like, oh,
Yeah, it's so great.
that's the worst pain in the world, but
It's
you
the
just
best,
can't
though.
stop.
Yeah. Well, you saw me almost die from laughing once. You saw me when I could not stop laughing. The hardest. That's the hardest I've ever laughed in my life, I think.
Barbarians thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
that might be the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
Was it after your wedding? I think it was your wedding. We started talking. It's not funny. It's not. If I tell you what it was, it's not that funny. But at the time, it hit me so weird. You got married, and we're all sitting around at the reception. Everybody's pretty much left. It's just us guys and our wives just sitting around. And somehow we got on the subject of Halloween costumes, and then we decided it would be fun to go as each other's relatives. And then I don't know if it was Jeff said he was going to go as Big Guy's dad. And just the concept in my head, I pictured going to a door and ringing the doorbell, and you just got like on a pair of khakis and a striped polo shirt, and I just couldn't stop laughing to the point where...
Well, because the person has no idea who it is, and you have to ask.
And I think it was Jeff. He goes, come on, I'm Big Guy's Uncle Bob.
I'm Mr. Hermanson.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Hermanson. and that's when it twisted in my rib cage.
That's so great.
Oh, God, it was so painful.
That shit's funny. But there's nothing better than when you almost collapse and you're just fucking dying laughing. So go to MondayNightTease.com, I believe, or no, Facebook.com/Monday Night Tease. Go to Burlesque411.com. Go to all these different places and see all these people peeling their clothes off. And buy brown paper tickets. Go ahead and get all that stuff. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go to the Joe Business page, which is the, right now it's still our Depression era.
Depression era?
Joe Business page. And I can't tell you when the new one will be up. It'll be up soon. I may run a teaser this week to show you like the theme of it and stuff, but
cool.
it's fucking cool, really cool stuff. But right now, if you go there, you can go ahead and buy. We've got things, we got shirts, we got all sorts of stuff. If you're in Australia or England, buy a shirt and bankrupt me. That'd be fucking fantastic. So please go ahead and I started to look at the whatever. Who cares? I'm gonna have to adjust that accordingly. You and I have to have a discussion about that possibly.
Change the font.
Might have to. Yeah. So
Price has to go up for international shipping.
Yeah, because literally the woman said it to me today, she's like, we raised the prices, and I'm like, yeah, you did, Jesus Christ.
All right.
But if you go to the Joe Business page, we got download sets available. We've got T-shirts and CDs and everything cool that you could ever want. We got Tweaked Audio stuff because they're our pals. They're still available. And our Amazon link, you can donate to the show too. The donation link is up and available. Give one-time donation or subscribe per month. And, also, if you are someone who wants to donate to the show, you can do that there. And you can use our Amazon link. That's a kind of a sneaky way to donate. Because if you go ahead and buy things through our Amazon link, we get credit, we get a percentage, and that's really cool, and it helps us out. So thank you so much. Please do that. We'd like it.
Hey, Mike, what's going to be new on the Joe Business page coming up when Ryan's done?
Well, there's all sorts of new stuff. First of all, year 7 will be available because year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are available now, but year 7 will be available, and also the new the 7 Deadly Schmitz box set will be available.
7
as well.
Deadly Schmitz
Yes,
box
sir.
set.
Yes.
All 7.
Indeed, all year 1 through year 7
in
available.
one package.
Absolutely. So
That
if people
sounds
buy
great.
that, they'll get that.
I want
there-
Sloth.
Yeah, I think Sloth will definitely be available.
I think Sloth's in there twice.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He might be
We
all
went
7.
8.
Might
Yeah.
be all 7.
All 7 is Sloth.
Well, I'll tell you what, the fact that we're putting it up 40 episodes into year 8,
Yeah.
I don't think we even needed to say any sloth was involved.
Okay.
So I believe there's also going to be some T-shirts available, the same ones, and there may be something else involved that you might want to get involved in. Who knows? I don't want to give it away, but when you see it, it'll be funny, and we'll talk about it. There will also be the 2015 Podfest performance. We have Schmitty. We had Schmidt Alive 2. We had Schmitty Comes Alive.
Well, you had Schmitty Comes Alive, then you had Schmidt Alive 2.
Schmidt Alive 2. And this is the third one, I believe, right? Is it?
I believe it is.
Yeah, and this is going to be Stop Making Schmidt. So that's available.
It's Talking Mike, Stop Making
Yeah,
Schmidt.
Talking Mike, Stop Making Schmidt. So that'll be available, and it's a video audio package. That'll be $10. I should talk about this more later when that goes up. But more importantly, we will also have there will be a Dave will have his own light box.
Yeah.
You go visit him at artbydmh.com, and that's fine. But in his own light box, you can get there's 2 separate albums. Dave, do you want to tell them? Well, the first one is
Well, the first one is a best of the music
from the 40-Year-Old
from
Boy
the
podcast.
It's called Word Pimp Schmitty and the Misanthropic Gangster.
And that's available. It'll be, I think there's like 20 tracks on it. I don't even know, honestly.
Yeah, 19 or 20 tracks.
And it's songs that have been featured on here from past interludes, from the show itself. And you will be able to get that with a donation to the show.
It's free with a donation.
Well, it is. Yeah, the show is free. That album is free with a donation to the show, and it's a fixed price donation. So you'll see that in the box. But also, there will be an album.
I made an album.
David M. made an album himself, and it's all original stuff by him.
No, it isn't.
No, what I meant is not from the podcast.
No, it's an album. It's called Heroes, and it basically is all the artists that I grew up loving and wish I could be like and play like and sing like. I did some of their songs, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that will also be free with a donation to the show, a fixed donation, and that will all be up soon.
And
Ryan,
Mike's on, you're on that.
I am on that album.
You're on that,
You'll have
so,
to, but you'll have
yeah.
to get it to find out where. But yeah, so that's going to be available. All that's coming soon. So we both want so badly for you to see it, and so we shouldn't be telling you when because it's not available yet. But we're so excited for you.
Soon
to
to
see
be
it.
released.
Yeah, as soon as Ryan can get that, and I get some hover text written and all sorts of nonsense, then everything will be all square, and hopefully soon. And then you guys can go ahead and dive in, and if you want to support the show by buying stuff and getting cool stuff and getting music and all that, you can. That'd be great. And now we probably should start working on some soup recipes.
Yeah.
Look, it's one thing to build a robot and get him going and program
Yeah,
him
but
with Google Maps.
the soup's gotta be
The
good.
soup's got to be key. Although I got to be honest with you, even if
You could
you
serve
tell me
shit soup.
oh, fucking terrible
Yeah,
soup,
I guess you could.
I wouldn't give a fuck if it was like just a bowl of air, like literally just a bowl.
A bowl of chicken broth with a carrot in it.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm on board because a robot brought it to my goddamn door. Here is your soup.
Is it here's your soup? Here's your soup.
Here is your soup.
Oh, here is your
It's
soup.
4, dude.
He doesn't do the apostrophe.
Da 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 da. It has to be
Here is
4.
your soup.
No, he's not. Here's your soup.
Here is
that-
your soup.
Here is your soup. Because it's got to be more. That's much more aggressive.
Yeah.
That's it's got to be
Yeah.
beats. Look, it's all about syllables.
Yeah.
As Paul Simon said to Mickey Mantle, syllables, Mick, syllables. Do you not know that story? Oh, it's the truth.
Why were they talking?
Paul Simon he had a liver, and he wanted to see where to get rid of it. Mickey Mantle got to the S's in his Rolodex. He said, "Hey, look, I really need a liver."
Say, man, you got a liver for me?
But that's because honestly, Mickey Mantle, the didgeridoo used on the Graceland album, one of Mickey Mantle's old baseball bats. They hollowed it out, turned it into a didgeridoo. He traded it for a liver from Paul Simon. But no, because Paul Simon would talk about how Mickey Mantle was his favorite player of
Yeah.
all time. He loved him. He worshipped him. He worships the Yankees. He loved Mickey Mantle. Loves Mickey Mantle. So Mickey Mantle, and I have no idea how the fuck Mickey Mantle knew this, but Mickey Mantle then meets him at a banquet, and he's like, "All right." So and Paul Simon awestruck, and he's like, "You're my favorite player of all time." Oh my gosh! He's like, "If I'm your favorite player of all time, why is Joe DiMaggio in your
I was
song?"
just going to say that.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Why is Joe DiMaggio in your song?" And Paul Simon's answer was, "Syllables, Mick, syllables." That's literally his answer to Mickey Mantle. And then Mickey Mantle drank 4 bottles of scotch and punched Paul Simon in his 5'4" head.
Here's to you, Mickey Mantle.
And then Art Garfunkel called for the police, but it took 7 minutes. Help! Mickey Mantle has punched my partner. When you're weary,
Feeling small.
when tears are in your eyes,
I will dry them.
oh, I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found.
Fire breeze over.
Yeah, jump in and fucking help him. Like you're looking at me like I'm supposed to carry this motherfucking thing. Jump in. You know, Mex always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.